Oh my god, did he really say that? There's no way. Oh, hi, hello everyone. I'm Enda the, and joining me is the wonderful other Emma the. How are we all keeping, Emma? Which is to say, Amy, how are you keeping?
I'm doing all right. I just wish I had more sleep for this.
I can't believe it. You're trying to tell me that you don't have an immaculate 8 hours of sleep every single night? Real?
I used to, but I don't know. Just regressed.
You've the regression. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So this is how this is going to go, Amy. What is going to happen is two people are going to join the world, and we are going to cast over them for best of fives, which I think is very cool and pro. But
Yeah.
we need two people to pop in world right this instant. So fingers on the triggers, folks. We'll get the first two in, and then we'll do a roll call between every fight. I'm in world. That's so cool. Are you in my walls as well, Hibbeats? Let me see if there's anyone actually in world. No, well, we only have one person in currently. So this is, of
But
course, Den Maps, seamless co-op. So you have to have the Den Maps. It should be linked in the challenge. Apparently someone has joined and then immediately left. Interesting. I'm an observatory. You're going to have to come to Duelist Square. So if we look over here, boom. Here we go. We have some guy versus the other guy. It's crazy. So it looks as though we have Dawn
oh,
Priest. Yo.
I got confused by the fact that it was showing like footage in that other map. Yeah.
So who do we
But
have in
who are
world?
these two players? Yeah.
That's a very good question. So it does seem as though we have Kiwasao. Oh no, hang on a second. Let me just check as to who we have in here. We have Sasamoto, who is in right now. So we have Bad Red Renter, who's going to be in blue. So let me just change that then real quick. It's going to be Sasso. Cool. There we are. And we have all that changed. Versus, and we just see who the other person is here. And oh, it's Briar. What's up, Briar? It's a long time no see. I haven't seen you since the private server days. Holy sheesh. Is it Pablo? Yes, it is. And it's going to be Pablo. So the first two we're going to have up are going to be Sasso and Blue versus Pablo. Pablo, of course, coming up through the beginner bracket. Pablo. There we go. We actually typed the words correctly. Pablo, of course, came up through our beginners tourneys, and I have to say has made an absolutely exceptional showing in his last time he was in the beginners bracket tourneys. A very big change from the Gugs off CGS that we'd seen in the good old days. But no, he's come a long way as a player, and he's versus a very formidable force of Sasso, who's going to be on what seems to be the PSGS, the funny new one. What's the exact name of that PSGS? I forgot off the top of my head.
Uh, Blood Fiend's Fork or something like that.
And just as that, it is going to be the 50 Arcane versus the 61 Dex. So we have Arcane versus Dexterity. And of course, Pablo's going to be rocking that Great Cat, who has been using it to very, very good effect as we're peeking over the parapet. But Amy, give us the shout in at your leisure.
Oh, like countdown?
Yeah, countdown.
All right. Three, two, one.
Boom. It is actually kind of funny, Amy, that the PSGS and Great Katana kind of have a very similar play style. Very, very similar play style.
Hmm.
I find that an awful lot of interactions between the two would actually work pretty much the same. Ooh, nice.
I'd say, especially with Rock here, with the hyper armor and the better running and neutral attacks, it is quite a difference. But I do get what you mean because the crouch attack is the only like borderline unreactable thing of the moveset. And we're seeing here. Well, actually, I'm not going to do play by play. You go ahead.
Well, we are actually seeing it here that we are going to see that Bolus come out there on the side of Sasamoto and that bleed proc there as well. Huge damage. Absolutely nasty stuff in the JL1 from Kilo, but unfortunately it's not going to quite be able to connect there. We do, of course, see the Pablo trying to go in for that pressure. He is going to be... the tier is now gone. Sasso's actually... weirdly enough, lower in HP to begin with as the JL1 comes through. That's huge. actually seeing a massive momentum switch here in the fight, especially with the JL1 again. So,
Well, that
PSGS is dead?
Yeah, I don't think it was ever dead. Like, its damage got nerfed by 10%, but then they introduced a talisman that increases its damage by 12%, and they added a new PSGS, which is, like, basically better Mogs. So, yeah. Oh, actually, there's one more nerf. They nerfed the tracking by 1 frame exactly.
By
So
one
yeah,
frame.
I think people have just been excited with the DLC stuff, because it is just objectively better. But with a rule set like this, then it can totally just completely wipe people if you use by the right player.
Yeah, and used by the right players, right? I've been on the receiving end of Sasimoto's PSGS a few times. Formidable, to say the least, but we do have both of our players back in again. 1-0 in this best of 5. Let's get this show on the road. Count us in.
3, 2, 1.
Ba-boom! The babooey as the physics are drank and the boluses are consumed.
Oh,
Is that the...
is that the new arcane one?
It might actually
allowed?
be. Yeah, it is. Oh, I've pretty much allowed most of the consumables. Ooh, we're
Oh,
going to see
okay.
that run off there as well, as we do see the CL1s come through. And just that little waggle there on the aggression on the side of Sasso just to catch him off guard. And I believe that might have been a half hit, but it did seem to go through. And look at that. The pain train is on its way. As we do see the one-handed Great Cat. Was that a swap on the side of Pablo?
Well, I think now Sasso might have completed the download in between those rounds, because there you really saw PSGS's strengths in full force there. Specifically, bleed PSGS.
Yes.
Bleed PSGS is really interesting because it's kind of flippy.
What
because
the hell? Sorry, go on. Excuse.
um.
I'm
Yeah,
so
sorry.
Yeah,
It's
keep
kind of
going.
flippy because there's a possibility that you get a bleed proc, and there's just like so much damage, right? But then if you just like do a fast poke and they roll it, then you might actually just be giving up like just so much damage because they rolled the bleed. So it's kind of hard, but I think if it's played right, it can be very, very oppressive. Because they can't really trade back. Like we saw there when Pablo tried to attack back with the cat out of stun and he was near bleed proc, it just nuked him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of forces the other player into a more defensive state.
Yeah, for sure. And when PSGS is allowed to play its game, it can be just so nasty when it goes for those vortexes and you're allowed to go for them. And then set up for, of course, the JL1s. Like, if you can get a good read to get that JL1 in, it can completely... If they do attempt to aggress, they're constantly worried. They have to stay just on the edge of range, and they have to always be worried about it. It's a really nasty setup still. But either way, we do have both of our contestants in, and our minor technical issues sorted. Amy, give us the count in.
All right, let's go in 3, 2, 1.
Well, apparently, if I would press the right hotkey, that would be crazy. But you know what? It doesn't matter none, as we do see the physics. And we do see these little run-ins. Sasso immediately taking center, JLR1 coming through there just to get a nice tasty bit of damage. And that's one of the things I actually really like about, especially the more modern iteration of PSGS. Oh, I would not like to be Pablo right now as he eats that. Is that you have to do really nice mixes in order to try and make sure that you can get your filthy little mittens in to begin with. Those jump attacks can really catch people off guard. You also have, you know, just the crouch R1s as well to get that extra little bit of range and really throw your opponent off if they're trying to force half hits, as we are going to see Sasso taking an awful lot of damage there as the Weed Whackers coming out here on the side of Pablo, who's going to be chilling here playing a very careful game. The JL1 there hits from Kilo, and Pablo's going to be pretty annoyed at that one as he's going to go for the rollouts here. The trade comes through, but the rack, one more turn on the rack, but the bleed proc.
My lord.
Oof.
Did Pablo have their tier?
He might have, but he certainly doesn't anymore, as a JL1 and a bleed proc is probably going to go, no thank you. That is
Yeah.
gonna it's gonna
I think
be
we're seeing here, um, really just, yeah, I think this is a very losing matchup for the Great Katana here. Wait, is this a best of, I thought it was a best of
it
5.
is a best of 5 if Sasimoto could be ever so kind as to leave world real quick. That would be
Oh, right, you
absolutely
just didn't
phenomenal.
increment the count, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it is going to be best of
Um,
5, so it's just the last one is 3. So we're waiting for 2 new players to get in. Who do we have in chat who is getting in on this? Who is down to play? Give us just a shout out as to who's in chat, and we'll pick 2 people to fight in this next one. Well, that is going to be someone in first. Let me just see who that is. It's going to be Lucy who's in, actually. Never mind, Lucy is in now.
oh,
Versus, is that, who's the next person? Let me just check out. There's a few different names here. No. Huh. They're not showing up on the... Is it Kibasau? Yes, it is. It's going to be Lucy, the mage terrorist herself, who's going to be going up against Kiwasao. Let's go. Yeah, we've changed how this has been done a few times. Lucy. Hang on a second now. While I get my shenanigans sorted, Amy, give us the scoop on the builds.
Well, we see Lucy here with her mage build from before, although we don't see what spells she's bringing. She's going all into faith though, so it's probably going to be more faith spells, and she's not using like a hybrid caster or anything. So we can probably expect things like the Mesmer Orb to come out because she's had a lot of success with that recently.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, it's kind of a mystery. Pablo here is on. Oh wait, not
Kibasao,
Pablo.
no,
Sorry.
Just getting everything sorted.
How do you say their name again? Sorry.
Kibasao. Alright, I think that's how you say it.
Kuisao. Is on a twin blade, a magic twin blade, which I'd imagine they put Chilling Mist on. Maybe there's a couple Ashes of War, Ice Spear, whatever. But I've actually played something similar to this. There was an off-meta tourney with by YY,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually got to the finals versus this one caster called Copper,
Mm-hmm.
and they were using the wing, the Estelle wing, and it was actually very difficult to get in with the twin blade,
Yes.
because you don't consistently break on the first hit. So even if you chipped, like it was a very difficult thing to manage, and I couldn't adapt in time for that.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine, especially with the new spells, Cubicel might have a lot of difficulty getting in here.
And yeah, that is going to be a problem, especially given how much shenanigans that Lucy can do from a very wide distance. I do think the Twin Blades might be a good play into the mage build for the very simple reason is that it just shuts her down and he's able to close an awful lot of distance, which can definitely put that pressure and make sure that Lucy doesn't get an opportunity to flask unless she covers herself. But... oh, never mind. Something is playing puck. Let me just get our shenanigans sorted. So it's probably going to be 3. Let's see if that works. Nope, that does not work. Interesting. All right.
What is going on?
Oh no, so there's another player entered world and it's just messed up the... Lucy is 2 and Kiwasao is 4. Okay, 2 versus 4. That's fine. Sorry, when players sometimes when they join and stuff like that, it just causes puck. I just need to check who's who in world. But either way, give us the count in at your leisure.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Yeah, there we go. Now it worked. All right. Apparently I was on the wrong screen. Let's go. But either way, we do have the physics here from both of our players. We're going to see that Frostpot keeping up that pressure, but through ice and fire and a little bit of bestial sling into the Mesmer's orb. There it is. Uh-oh. Owie. That's going to hurt. Oh, nice. But we do see that nice interrupt there from the side of Kiwasao, who's probably going to be staying pretty much right on top of Lucy all the way through this because he kind of has to. Oh, no, a high ball!
Yep. That was a key mistake there, letting her get the flask without a severe punish.
Yeah, the flask punishes here your most consistent form of damage for sure. But we see that there, some nice pressure from Kibasao, managing to get that extra hit into the spinning slash, getting a nice tasty amount of damage, but the catch flame says no. Uh-oh. Lucy's going to be low on the flask. She's going to have to cover herself. The patas are out. And that's actually pretty genius, because it is going to give her an awful lot of space here to actually be able to get that flask off while Kiwasao tries to reset. There you go. Caster's Curse, but he is able to get a tasty amount of damage off us. Lucy's quite low!
Oh my!
The unblockable blade!
Unblockable blade. Yeah. So, key things in that match. It looks like... So, Kiwasao is definitely not comfortable avoiding and countering everything that Lucy is doing. So, the win condition is definitely getting consistent flask punishes. But as we're seeing, that's not exactly what's always happening. One thing I noticed with Lucy, though, is that she really focuses on getting her attacks out, her sequences, but she ends up leaving herself with no FP a lot of the time, right? And thus she has no leverage to get it back out. And like you saw her walking for quite a bit before she took the flask, so that is a big disadvantage. Like if she has it on hotbar or something, like the toolbar, like she could get it out the moment she has an opening, right?
Yeah, for sure. And that's the nice thing as well as with Lucy's mage is she has an awful lot of things that can actually cover her while she flash punishes, you know, your magic missile, all of that stuff. I'm not sure if it's necessarily going to be used on this build, but it is very useful just to give you that bit of a reprieve. But, speaking of reprieve, we are going to crack on with this next match. Amy, give us the shout in at your leisure.
Alright. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, the bolt is on its way, and the players are up to shenanigans as per usual.
Oh, fire coil?
The fire coil is really nice, but there you go, the frost pod comes out and actually gets the anti-air. Holy sheesh! As it comes out again into that, what's the name of that incantation? The wavy...
giant golden arc. It's really strong. It cancels really fast into other incantations and can like perform frame traps and all this stuff. It's very powerful, and as we can see, oh my lord, Kiwasao just doesn't know what to deal with it, right? Because you got to roll the golden arc, right? Because it's coming, right?
Yeah.
And the more you have it delayed, the more you're likely to be put into a situation where you can't roll all of it, right? And you're going to be hit by the Mesmer's Orb. So you're kind of like in for a world of hurt, and like I don't think these players know exactly yet how to like properly, like when either to like roll in or run away versus it. It's just all very confusing.
Yeah, it can set up
until you get used to it.
It throws your from my experience fighting it. There's so many things that it takes an awful lot of patience,
you know,
and figuring out to try and to get the roll timing down.
Hear me out.
I'm hearing you out.
Okay, this is very important. So you saw at the beginning how Kiwasao like threw a frost pot and it knocked Lucy out of the air. That reminded me of Melania, right? Mm-hmm. But you know what else reminds me of it? The fact that it doesn't have like 360-degree tracking when it comes down the Mesmer's Orb. So I'm wondering if a player is skilled enough if they can actually spin it and basically avoid the hitbox by moving around it smart enough, right? Or maybe behind.
We'll just have to wait and see, because now you've given Lucy an idea. Give us the count in, Amy.
Well, the opponent idea.
Oh, yeah, both of them an idea, I think. But give us the count in.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
The kaboom. We actually did it right this time. We're so professional as we do get a nice little bit
of that fire coil did so much damage.
It's 400 damage a piece I've seen there, which is kind of insane. As we see the sling there to keep everyone away. Oh no! Kiwasao is in a world of hurt. Oh dear. And the off stock is on
now. No.
Trying desperately to find any way to get that little bit of a poke in, but there we go. The coil is out now once again, and there with the physics unpunished into the catch flame. Oh no! Running attack comes through there. Will we see the Wrath of Gold, I wonder? Okay, Kiwasao rolled it but managed to get caught. Jumping R1 come out there. Kiwasao getting a little bit of damage here on the board, but the unblockable blade comes through there, forced back. Kiwasao here is in a spot of bother. However, the fire orb comes out there, not going to hit. Mesmer's comes through there as well to try and get that
range this time.
We do see the patas are out now on the side of Lucy. Good roll come from the side of QSI now once again, as we see the offstock there to try and get that little bit of damage, forcing the roll there, but the catch flame could come through. Lucy does have the poise, 104 I believe, to tank that, as the jumping over the top there actually managed to get that. Where are we going to see the runaways? No, QSI!
No! It's so tragic. Man. It's like when you see a flask punish like missed, or some like key thing missed, it's so tragic because like you're seeing the other player fail like ahead of time. You just like know that they don't know how to deal with the spells, so it's over, right?
It's a little bit, I believe, as a good dear friend of the channel would say, pretty tragical, gamers. But yeah, no, that's rough. I am curious, because I have said for a while that I think mages were a little bit better than what people gave them credit for in last patch. I think it was just a very underexplored side of the game. I don't think it was top. I don't think in any circumstance it was top tier, but it was definitely pretty up there, as we are having problems getting people in. I'm going to... Let's see if we just do a quick reset.
The DLC really improved their kit though. Like, Giant Golden Arc cannot be underrated at all. Yeah, I'm not sure if back then like how good Mage was. It is kind of like what you say, like none of the top players were really interested in exploring that avenue because it's just so frustrating, and the like spell slot system like is super outdated, right? Why do we have to scroll through spells like that? So it's just like very frustrating to learn when everything else in the game is far more simple and easier to manage. So yeah, like I think there's like a big barrier to entry of it compared to conventional movesets.
Yeah, and on top of that, I'm just gonna, just as a quick one too, I'm just going to very quickly reset world. It seems there could be some hotkey shenanigans going on here, so I do apologize, everyone. Let me just get this, let me just reset everything really quickly. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain what's going on because people are struggling to get in. So I'm going to guess that there's some shenanigans afoot. Uh-oh. That's not good. Huh.
You need to disable the host script.
Oh, is that the thing? Gotcha. Okay. No worries. I was wondering what that was. Let me just close everything here. It could be just that I might have hit a hotkey earlier on while I was getting everything set up. And there we go. Please? Yo, you're so pro! And to force to play forever, please no. Please no.
Also, with Mesmer's Orb,
yes.
I hate to do this to Lucy, but if you get 109, it can poise the first part of the Mesmer's Orb hitbox. It can't tank the final explosion, but the first part it can. So if players are at that poise, they can kind of just eat the first part and then roll the next part.
And that would explain the poise chip with things like the coil and stuff like that, which is kind of interesting. That's curious. Interesting.
I think the coil at the start is just because it does a lot of damage and it actually like hits, unlike a lot of flask punishes.
That is true. Alright, well we have 2 people in world.
That's a lot of people.
Oh. Alright.
Oh my god, is that Steve Buscemi?
Steve Buscemi? Oh my god! The real?
Real?
From the olden times? Alright, who do we have in world? And we'll actually decide who we're going to get in. So we have Briar, who's going to be in blue, versus, I believe this is Dawn, in red. Or it will be in a second. Actually, let's get Gryffindor. Yeah, let's get Briar and Gryffindor. The rest of you, if you could be ever so kind as to leg it, that would be very awesome. No worries. We can prioritize you, Dawn, next time. Real Bevan spotted. Alright, we'll get Briar, who's going to be in blue. Right, there we go. I will say one thing about Seamless. I do miss being able to actually choose signs and stuff like that. Briar. There we go. And Griff. I'm just going to call you Griff. Cool. Griff. There we go. Alright, real Beban spotted. It seems that way. It does in fact seem that way. Alright, dependencies. Cool. Alright, into the arena then, folks. Get in there. Alright, PvP should be turned on. All going well, if I didn't forget myself. So let's take a quick peek at the builds while I make sure that all the players are as they are. Give us the lowdown on these there, Amy, while I get this stuff sorted.
Well, I hate to say it, but the left really looks like a G9 cosplay with the circlet and scaled armor and claymore. But yeah, I wonder what Ash of War is on that claymore and how Briar will play this, because we have yet again a match versus a mage. Now, I've not seen much of Griff. I don't know what spells they like to use. So I don't know how it will play out. It might not be as threatening as Lucy's, but we are yet to see. But this could go like either way, right? Like Pure Int also has some very lethal spells, especially with the addition of like Gravity Missile and such. And even legacy spells like Carrion Piercer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Wait, is Briar on a... What level is Briar at right now? 125? Both are on 125. Interesting.
No, wait. It says 148 on Griff.
Oh. Hang on a second. What?
Griff?
148, invalid level, and PvP Tickler wasn't an invalid level as well. So at level 260.
Wait, is it actually 260? Effectively, like that's what the stats add up to be.
It says here on the host thing, the PvE Tickler was on a level 216. That's what it said there.
But not Griff.
Griff is on 148. So,
okay.
He wasted 23 points in faith. Here, you know what we do? We roll. Fuck it. We'd roll for one. If Griff wins, he doesn't get the win. Alright. Give us the count in at your leisure.
You need to switch scenes.
Oh, that is a good point.
I wonder what the faith is for. It could be for the, like, Briars of Sin, you know?
Could be.
But we'll see.
I'm kind of curious. You know what? Fuck it. We ball.
Yep.
Alright, give us the count
sorry,
in.
Briar. This is what you're gonna have to deal with. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, well, this should be absolutely hysterical, as we are going to see both players here chilling, as we do see...
Star Shower.
Star Shower coming around. The Slicer here as well. This is a real old-school Bevan Mage with the... Oh! The Phalanx is out as well, as Briar is going to take a little bit of damage here. Alright, into... Uh-oh, tries to set up for some shenanigans here, but the Bevan clone is actually able to get the Piercer out. The parry, though...
Parry?
The spinning weapon!
Oh, my lord.
I don't even know what that's called. I love mages because I know nothing about what they're doing. As we are going to see a Star Shower.
This might be nasty.
This is... you know what? The 148 meta is definitely something else, as we are going to... Uh-oh. Is going to be interrupted again. Briar is actually getting some decent damage, but...
Oh!
The Crucible actually hits! Holy moly!
He did
another one! Good walkout there from the side of Briar as well, as we see the swap over to the shield. Are we setting up for... Oh, we set up with the parry. Tries to go for the BS onto the Great Cat now on the side of Briar. Uh-oh. Griff is in a spot of bother here. Go, managing to get that run attack, but no, the Slicer hits like a truck.
Yeah.
If Briar wins this at the level disadvantage, we give him 2 points.
I think, what is it? This is a Winnick versus, what was that player's name? Not like, one of their names is like Tuathon, but they went by another. It's the Kazakhstani mage. But, yeah, where people forget that spells have different FP costs, and
Yes.
thus someone can get that animation and still have enough FP for like, you know, a bestial sling or slicer. But yeah, well, at least Briar has the excuse here that like there's that
Yeah.
crazy level difference. And also he hit him with like the fucking crucible wings twice and did like a pseudo from it, right? So
We take
that's probably a
those. That's
win. Yeah,
this
yeah,
there's a
yeah.
moral victory there for Griff,
Moral
but
victory.
Griff still has the point. Give us the count in.
Three, two, one.
Boom. All right. Well, we are going to see the physics from both of our players. Briar resetting here. We do see the phalanx coming out here on the side of Griff, who goes for nice little star shower there just to pepper his opponent, and the comet comes out there once more. Followed up by a slicer, but Briar is chilling like a villain here, probably. Oh my god, that's a lot of those! But whatever the hell that is comes out, and it is going to do some nice tasty damage. Good rollouts here coming out on the side of Briar, who's taking an awful lot of damage. Oh dear, and Briar forgot to rune arc. You hate to see it. Into the spinning weapon there from the side of Griff. Briar is having a spot of bother. Here's the pat has come out. Another pat has come out here. Good running attack there from the side of Briar, going for that hyper arm at the back step into a standing R1 is going to be knocked out. It's going to be Griff taking another stock. But again, because of the level difference, we are not going to be counting this one. Just use
Yeah,
PK
that's
and
Qatar,
persistent.
by the way.
Pardon, Amy?
It's Qatar.
Is that actually Qatar? Nice.
Yes.
What did I call them?
Pada.
Oopsie daisies.
The key mistake being done here by Briar is leaving Griff alone. And like Griff is just able to get out so many spells that linger and home and is kind of unavoidable damage. Like Star Shower, especially charged, is unavoidable damage most of the time. So yeah, I think it's a big strategy loss there.
Well, I would just like to say for a second, just as before we crack on, Briar, remember to rune arc, you silly goose. I'm not sure if he can hear us. We'll give him like a second here to hopefully get...
He's missing out on a lot of HP this way.
A considerable amount of HP. Yeah, oh, we're going to see some resets. Oh, there we go. Empty jumps. Hey! Does he not have rune arcs?
He might not have it assigned.
Oh dear. Unfork bestie. Although it is good to see some people from the long ago and the before times back.
Oh, are one of these players from then?
Yeah, it's a Briar. I know Briar was a DS3-oid. I'm not sure if Griff played DS3. I can't remember. Didn't have it on his character? Okay. The rune arc? Oh, whatever. Well, we can crack on either way. This match is just a wash anyway. So we can just...
Also, Griff, if you hit the Carrying Regal Scepter Ash of War, just press it again. It like vortexes into itself.
Alright, well...
you're welcome.
We don't have any rune arc, but you know what? We ball. Okay, we ball. Alright, let's crack on. 3, 2, 1. Allay. As we are going to see the physics here from both of our players. And we are going to see some star showers here, but we're seeing some immediate aggression here from the side of Briar, who is going to go for that trade, who does not win it, with the health disadvantage that he has into the backstep. Someone's trying to play very, very flashy here into a very spoopy build. Oh, and the roll catch comes out there! And the spinning weapon, but it is going to be hyper armor traded with the halberd. But again, there is quite a substantial life difference here into the... Oh my god, those slicers do so much damage! Oh, and the glintstone craps come out into the comet! You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Oof.
Very unfortunate.
Yes, yes indeed.
Briar was losing practically every trade there. That's the thing with magic. It doesn't really matter if you hyper armor it a lot of the time.
Yeah, and the amount of damage that you can... you can get play off of it if you reckon that they're low, but my god, I don't know. That's rough. But yeah, Griff, don't come back in on a 148 or you won't be back, bestie. So just keep that in mind. Try and keep it all on the straight and narrow. Same thing goes for slants. Please make sure you're on the right ones. So that round was going to be a wash. No one's going to get a point for that just because of the funky build. But either way, we are waiting for 2 new players to get in. So please, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get 2 more and we'll pick from who we want in. But fighting against mages does really boil down, in my opinion anyway, to a degree, to managing to get those flask punishes off, because that's huge. If you can punish that flask, it's a reliable form of damage. And again, with the fact that you do have limited flasks, like, it's very rare that you are going to have an entire round basically go to full 7 flasks, but it's still an interesting thing that it is something you could potentially do. But I'm kind of curious, how do you deal with mages? I know they're not very common in a leaderboard or a tournament setting, but what do you think? What's your strategy into them?
Well, I don't play them really often either. The last one might have actually been Angrus, the player I was talking about before. But basically, you really just chase them down. You don't kind of like take your own space. You need to constantly be on them. The only time you're rolling away is if you need to roll something back. Like you could get back swung by like Slicer or something like that, right? That's really the only circumstance. Otherwise, you want to be on top of them and fully ready and always in range to do your punish for any spell that can be punished or any flask that can be punished, right? The reason why I had so much difficulty with that other mage I mentioned earlier in the off-meta tournament was it turned out that Wing of Steel has really, really good keep out, right? So, like, that is actually what made it kind of difficult. Well, compared to a mage like the one Griffin was running, like, it just doesn't really have the poise break. It doesn't have, like, a move that I can just throw out to like, kind of, like, get off me. Like, they could do Carrying Piercer or Duelist Moonblade or something, but you can kind of just roll in and then it's completely your turn.
Oh my, we have some people in now. So, let's see who we would want. So, everyone is actually on a proper build this time, which is very nice. So, we're going to get Slans, and I believe, let me see, is Dawn in? If Dawn is in, we'll get Dawn and Slans to fight. That would be... Get Dawn and Slans in. So, if the rest of... Let me just see who's actually in world here. Yeah, Dawn. Dawn and Slans. So, if the other person in world who isn't Dawn or Slans, could you please leave? That would be very poggers. So again, here we go. Yeah, we have both of them in. Alright, man in the balancing the matchmaking. Yeah. Cool. There we go. Alright, so let's get this show on the road. So it is going to be Slans in blue. Voices. I believe it's going to be... Is it Golden Signet? Yes. So let me get the names changed. Slans, of course, not long after a very good showing at the NAFOC, which I believe was the last major tournament that's been hosted. Good showing. Unfortunately, getting knocked out very early on by both Sip and... Who was it who got him in the losers bracket? I can't actually recall.
I don't recall. It was either Saucy Ace or someone with a dueling shield.
Well, that's half the bracket now, to be fair, that day. Jeez Louise.
I'm really glad we had Sip there to, like, you know, to show show the world that dueling shield is, you know, not the best of the best. It can be fought, right?
Oh,
yeah, because the rest of the tourney was just rough.
That was a wild... Well, you know what? The best thing to come out of that tourney was, of course, Sip saving NA for us all. The Soul Society was, in fact, saved that day. But looking at this here, it is going to be a 37 and 58 strength versus a 37 and 64 strength. Strength on strength. Interesting. Strong boys all around. And it seems Sheer versus Hall Axe So I'm going to be super stoked to see how this one is going to go. Let me just make sure that all of the players are in the right slots, which they are not. Nice. So let me just check that there. In this matchup, I find that the halberd kind of struggles to actually get a good hit in on the Shamshir. The Shamshir is very low recovery, so the halberd kind of takes a back seat and serves mostly as just as a warning. But I'm curious as to how you think this matchup looks on paper, Amy.
I think it depends really on how true the unreactable allegations of how off axis, offhand axe specifically. But in my experience, I've actually played a bit of halberd off axe this patch, and it feels pretty nice. It probably wins versus Shamshir with patience and higher tier players, but it could go either way in this match, absolutely, because Shamshir is very strong and it gives halberd a world of hurt, especially with how it can kind of mash away and expect to hit, while halberd can just slide by. It can get aim punched, or just, the Shamshir player will literally move past your hurt box away from the halberd hitbox. So yeah, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see, as we are going to get this match up and running in 3, 2, 1. Allez! And we have the physics here from both of our players, and we are going to see all the greases up onto the holy grease there from the side of Slans, who's doing a nice tasty amount of damage there.
Oh, you need the poise.
Ooh, you most certainly do, as we are going to see that Bulgo tally out on the side of Dawn, who's going to go for that running attack. Oh, the spear actually comes out there. The new and improved...
Flame Skewer.
Yes, Flame Skewer. Actually managing to miss there, but has Slans been hit yet? Doesn't seem as though he has.
I don't believe so. It seems Slans is doing an incredible performance so far here. Oh, there we go.
Nice bit of damage on the board. It's not rip flawless, as we are going to see Dawn here taking yet another bit of damage there. The standing R1s there from the Shamshir, just such a good keep away, but unfortunately it is going to be NA versus EU.
Oh, that could have been great.
To hit. You hate to see it, as you do see that turn away there, expecting that, but the range... Lol, Italians are out in force here, as we do see Slans being forced back there once again, forcing that trade as the side of Dawn into the skewer once more, but the spinning slash comes through there on the side of Slans, getting that backswing. No, actually forced out, and that is going to be Dawn taking the first stock. Losing in the first stock. Slans take the win. Ugh. Oh dear, oh dear. Maybe I didn't get as much sleep as I needed.
It was actually closer than I expected it to turn out. Dawn got a lot of hits there near the end of the round. Slans was kind of just mashing back in, and that was rewarding Dawn pretty well. And Dawn may have actually won if those flame skewers hit, but it looks like for the interactions Dawn was doing it in, it just doesn't reach. So it'd probably be more advisable to stick to the L1 R1s to do the roll catches. Because that is more reliable.
We do see some nice trades coming out on the side of Dawn though, but that remains to be seen as we move on into this next one. Give us the count in, Amy.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, good decisions to trade there on the side of Dawn's part, but again, the Shamshir has so much ability to just snowball off of hits that I think it's actually pretty risky. There we go, the trade comes in, but the halberd R1 L1, my beloved, and he walks into the second part of the flame skewer.
No. It seems Lance is not experienced with fighting that Ash of War.
It's not used often. It kind of has the same problem as Giant Hunt, I find, but that follow-up can definitely catch people unawares, especially given how long it lingers, as we're just going to see Dawn just get put through a one-person blender there for a little bit, as we see that reset, but it goes for the axe, but is going to be hit for the grease into the spinning slash. Axe Gaming into the halberd is out though, but a random poise event does come through. I believe he just pivoted. The pivot animation might have actually cancelled the poise there. I'm not actually sure.
Oh, the backswing.
Oh,
These
nice.
are
We do
some
see
beautiful interactions happening right now.
what I'm really liking here. Oh my god! But it doesn't matter what I like because that's going to be Slans taking a second stock. Kind of elaborate on what particular interactions you like because there's a few very very nice things that happened all
I
the way through
really
there.
like the trade combo interactions. It seems Dawn is mostly going for roll catches though, instead of just taking the hit with
Yeah.
the off axe. So I recommend making a change there. But otherwise, just with the spin slash there, you saw how it traded
Yeah.
with the off axe, and what resulted was Slants just did another spin slash, and it doesn't have enough time to hit
Yeah.
and like trade combo, but it kind of trade backswing setups. So the next spin slash actually catches. And we've seen just overall slants using those spin slashes on strafe occurrences, right? And those are doing very well because they're stuck too much time in their recovery that the spin slash is actually able to get out to that period where it can do the frame trap, right? And
Well,
especially if Dawn doesn't perfectly roll to the right direction, then yeah, it's very likely to catch.
we will see now in this next round what could be match point here for Slans. As the bolt is now out and the physics are now drunk and the rot gigapot is going to come out there and we're on two-handed axe. The warped
Looks
axe.
like a hit.
It did actually hit, but we do see the ballast. That's tragic is what that is. But we do see Slan stuck in menu for just a second, but he does manage to get out. Onto the halberd this time into the warped axe, which is kind of curiosity, although it does leverage. Oh, and that is going to be a flame strike, so that is going to be a match for Dawn because Slans used the flaming strike. We'll let the rest of this one play out, but that is going to be a match.
Flame strike banned?
Yeah, flame strike is flat banned on everything.
Ooh.
Yeah,
well,
unfortunate.
that's unfortunate.
You hate to see
well,
it.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what either player does here. It seems like Don noticed it and is trying to communicate.
Yeah,
that
it
the
doesn't
fight is
matter.
over.
Play it out. You can play it out there either way.
It's too late. He's using the.
Well, either way, yeah. Just let them crack on here with this round. Go. Yeah, just go. It's fine. Whatever. As we are going to get the round reset, and the running attack comes through there into the off dagger here. Off dagger as opposed to off axe, which is kind of curiosity. Although I guess the off dagger, because it is so fast and has so little recovery, that it's actually not going to matter here. And it can actually. Did he trade with the second swing there? I'm not sure. As we do see the spinning slash comes out there, but the attempt to catch there, good aim down on the side of Slans there to try and leverage that little bit of range that he could have gotten. Once again there, that is going to be Dawn taking an awful lot of damage here. Slans here going for that good whiff punish there with the halberd. And I think that this is actually a nice matchup for the halberd for one very simple reason.
The fist swap?
Fists, interesting. He does have access to all the greases and shenanigans here, elevating strike fists by a fairly substantial margin. This is the running attack come through there to try and get that extra bit of damage. Dawn is very low, getting a little bit of chip here, but I definitely like the halberd off dag into these setups because you can just leverage the fact that you've so little recovery. You don't really have to worry about those R2s on the side of the fist. Oh, the divine beast stomp comes out there. Oof, and we see Slans there taking that, goes for another running attack, beautiful space in there, he doesn't need to roll it, he can just tank that little bit of a half hit there into the Divine Beast Stomp on once again. Slans is going to be clipped with it though, just a little bit as a running attack runs through, beautiful spacing here on the side of Slans, actually managing to get that tier proc force back now. Dawn is in a spot of bother here as we are going to see now just stuck in the corner, but the running attack is going to manage to anti here just a little bit too late on that jump is the side of Dawn, and there we go, managing to actually hit that. Slans is going to go for that trade, the desync there on the halberd to get that extra little bit of shenanigans being put out there as we see just Dawn forced from one side of the arena to the other, and now he's an off dag away as we see the roll there come out from the side of Slans. Dawn there goes for the jump attack, but the off dagger is there, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is all she wrote.
That was a pretty beautiful fight. Slans did really well with Haldag there. And Halberd is actually a really good choice at this latency. I believe Slans said it was 140. And we saw, like, Slans, people pointed out in chat, he wasn't really rolling much, Slans. He was relying almost entirely just on movement. And we saw Dawn got very afraid of that halberd there. And Slams was kind of able to just run up and go for dagger roll catches. And Dawn was having such a difficult time. What Dawn could have done, and what I think was good in this matchup, when the other player gets kind of a bit overzealous and really just takes her pressure too far, is doing R2 keepouts. Those work really well and can even tier skip. I believe I have an excellent clip an excellent clip or two where I tier skip shield poke that way. Um, actually, multiple clips. So that's an important thing. This are a surprisingly like very underrated in terms of the skill required with them because I see people pick them up and just queue running attacks, but their phantom range is actually far lower than they anticipate because they know what it feels like to fight and they know how long the range feels, but it actually takes a lot of good knowledge of timing and strafing and all that and counter strafing. Or else all your running attacks are just going to be outspaced or strafed.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just going to ask a very quick question. Who's Toko Scafeldry? I don't know who that is. I know it's not actually Toko. I'm just curious as to which of you it is. Because it is going to be Kangaroo versus whoever that is. Assuming it's not Dawn. Which of you fuckers is it? I need you to out yourself in chat right now so I can... It's Pizzium? Oh, it's Pizzium. That's perfect. Awesome. I couldn't remember who it was. Pizza. There we go. There we go. Alright, so it is going to be Kangaroo versus Pizzium. Kangaroo, of course. So if the other person who's in World could just leave very quickly, that would be Poggers. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Alright. Let me just make sure that this is going to be good. As Amy, if you'd be ever so kind as to give me the lowdown on these builds while I get all this set up.
Oh my. We look to have an axe off dag, a great axe off dag, which is pretty interesting. I wonder what Ash of War Kangaroo has on that great axe. I believe it's the Executioner's great axe. And then with Pizza, we have a two-handed tree spear. Now, two-handed tree spear is probably really strong this patch, especially with the new greases and the two-handed talisman. I imagine it being very scary to go up against. It might not be PSGS damage, but it also has hyper armor. Oh wait. Wait. Kangaroo's build just switched.
No, it's okay. I'm trying to figure out who the other dude here is. Oh, man. Sorry about this, Amy. It's Kangaroo who's on. The dude in red, if you'd step out there for a second. It's Kangaroo.
Wait, why did you put it as Pizza?
Pizzium.
Not Pizzium.
It's quicker and I don't have it. Why is the computer telling me the new Den maps is a Trojan virus? Who's in red? Who's in blue? Who's the other guy in blue, actually? If you would step out.
Montage it is. I'm in your computer right now.
It's the person I messed up.
Any mod like this will often trigger antivirus falsely, so just keep that in mind. Oh, it's banned under the Endocord rule set. Okay, so we won't see the two-handed talisman on the tree spear.
Alright, Pizzium. Okay, cool. We have our players in. My god. We got there in the wind-up. Sorry, folks. It is going to be Kangaroo in blue, Pizzium in red. Alright, and now let's just make sure that the builds are actually what they're supposed to be, which is going to be strength on the side of Kangaroo, which is 51, and Pizzium is going to be on the Dex build, so we'll probably see some shenanigans there, but it looks like tree spears. Interesting. Okay.
That's a lot of endurance.
PSGS Memento. Alright, Amy, give us the count in, bestie.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. Boom. So we're going to see the physics here coming out on the side of both of our players, and the tree spears are greased up, and this is going to, their war crime damage is going to be on coming here is that they are going to be two-handing that. Oh, but the great, I believe that's a great axe, is actually going to get
Yes.
that crouch attack there coming out there as well. And it's, you were going to say, Amy?
Oh, no, I just said yes, that is a
Okay.
great axe.
Awesome.
And we are seeing the demon damage here with the tree spear, as I guessed so. Oh, that could have been a backstab. That was kind of an awkward interaction there.
Ooh, but speaking of awkward interactions, we are going to see those interrupts coming through here on the side of Pizzium, who's just going to absolute town, getting that interrupt now once again. Tier is down, and Pizza is maintaining a very, very high lead here. But that could even up very quickly as we are going to see these unlocks come out here from the side of Rue. And Pizzium will rue the day where he underestimated the tracking on some of those setups and underestimating the latency between them. Oof, that was quite a lot of delay there in that, as we are going to see this match even out by a fairly substantial margin as Kangaroo was able to get an insane bit of damage there. But Pizzium returning in kind here to get that, and the off-axe comes through, but it's not going to matter. And that's going to be the first round to Pizzium, who takes that stock in a very, it kind of, the match changed an awful lot of momentum there, Amy. It was kind of interesting because we've seen that Pizza had gotten an awful lot of damage at the very beginning and was very confident, but Rue, there was like one or two interactions with, there was the R1 the crouch R1 L1 R1, just managing to absolutely nuke that health bar and very much bring it to be a closer match. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I believe PCM might have really underestimated the tracking ability and roll catch ability of the great axes. I don't know if they were sped up this patch, but they're I-15 on the neutral R1, if I'm correct. They're gonna be a bit slower on the hits that actually like hits the player at a higher range. But as we saw, even on this lat, it's hitting very well, and actually synergizes with the dagger not too badly.
Yeah, it's very, very nice there, and the off axe as well is kind of nice in this as well because it forces the other person in a position where they have to go for that roll, and you're actually able to get the clips there. Oh, beautiful patience here on the side of Rue, but just not quite enough as the jump is going to be interrupted here by the side of Pizzium's CR1. But there we have it. We do see the force out roll there on the side of Pizzium, but this is still very early days as that off axe is going to come in clutch here, but the jumping attack is going to catch Rue unawares. Ouch. As we are going to see that crouch R1 there into a standing R1 in the off axe there, but manages to roll out of it there as well. As we see here, Pizzium is kind of having a decent job here catching with those runnings and the jumpings, where that's where an awful lot of this damage seems to be coming from, as we see that empty jump there to try and force out a bit of an action, and the action did come, but unfortunately it's not going to be punished here by Pizzium. But Rue is just hopping around earning their namesake as that running attack comes through and actually gets that hit, and the anti that didn't anti-air, did it?
I believe it may have been the hyper armor of the jump part too.
Well, managing to get a nice hit there is the side of Pizzium there, but is going to be interrupting. The off dag comes through into that roll catch there. Forced back now is Pizza, but he has a very substantial health lead as we see the swap over from Rue onto that red feather to try and even this one out, but that's going to whiff from Kilo, and he's going to be in a spot of bother. He resets to neutral. Pizzium here looking for an opportunity to get a jumping attack. He doesn't manage to do it. I was full sure, but the running attack once again comes in clutch, and Pizzium takes another stock. Beautiful showing.
Well, it looks like a lot of the damage is actually coming from like misjudges in spacing and when things will hit. Yeah, it's really interesting to see. I think Pizza absolutely outtrades Kangaroo in basically any interaction, any trade interaction. I could be wrong, but I believe it to be so. So it's pretty interesting to see how afraid and how much respect Pizza has been giving this setup, right?
Well, he kind of has to, because again, the spacing, what is happening. Always remember on LAT, ladies and gentlemen, what's happening on screen is just a vague representation of what's going on in game. So I think the roll is generally a much safer bet always than going for spacing, especially when you're near 200 ping.
Yeah. if you want to get technical with it,
Mm-hmm.
every single player is seeing their own kind of like reality. The players are in completely different positions at different times on
Mm-hmm.
their end.
Yeah, and to be fair, like I'm not sure if people have ever played some other games who have peer-to-peer networking, or even server-side networking with insane like latency or delay. That thing can turn into a slideshow very quick, as we do see that interrupt coming out there on the side of Pizzium, who is going to be forcing Kangaroo to hop back into the outback
We're
here, but that
seeing
jump attack comes through.
we're seeing Pizza being a lot more bold here, not being afraid to trade. Maybe you heard what I said about that.
Oof, but those trades are going to come through, and that's going to be Pitium continuing to take on this fairly long lead here. And just these runouts into neutral here. Kangaroo's playing a decent job in that neutral game, but he goes to the empty jump and he's going to be called out by Pitium, who is in turn going to be called out for trying to wait to get a roll catch there, which I'm not sure would be good idea. Beautiful spacing here on the side of Pitium, who's going to force out that roll. Look at that pressure he's able to output there as the jumping R1 comes through. Is going to whiff, but unfortunately we don't see a counter attack to punish that from the side of Kangaroo, who is going to be leaping back and forth here as the standing R1 is actually going to connect, and the off dag there trying to go for that. I'm not sure if it's a true combo, but it doesn't matter. The rollout comes in, and that is going to be Pitium landing on the scorecard.
Beautiful.
Yeah, very, very
Yeah,
nice
we were
shot.
seeing some pretty long wave dash sections there, right? Like Kangaroo just knew it was coming, and but you know, I think Pizza was getting hit by the Great Axe sometimes, legit from like being reaction checked. I think if you're close enough to the Great Axe, it actually might hit on one of those earlier frames, like sooner than you would expect from fighting it at a more mid range.
Mm-hmm. That would stand to reason. Well, we do have the blue in world, who I believe it's going to be Dimka in red. If Dimka could get in world, and then we'll have the blue who was waiting very patiently in world to get in as well. That would be very pro. So Dimka, if you get in here, I'd appreciate it. Just let me know what your in-game name is. Yeah, that is one of the downsides I've noticed in Seamless and trying to host fight clubs and stuff, is it's quite difficult to discriminate what players you do and do not want to get in. Yes, the blue who's there, I'm not sure who it is, and I am looking for Dimka. If Dimka is still there, that would be amazing. Alright, Dimka is in world, so Dimka will be in red. I don't know. I'm going to guess that you're going to be the Krillic name. I'm going to give a wild assumption there. Alright, yeah, that is going to be Dimka. Voices. Who do we have? Who's the blue in world? Who was the other blue? Was it Aqua? So, yeah. Sorry about all this, folks. It's just trying to figure out who's who real quick. I don't know where the funny blue is gone. Yeah, the blue is in. Whoever, if you're in blue, you are currently in. So go. You just need to tell me who you are, because there's some names here I don't recognize. Let me just quickly check here. Aqua. Yeah, Aqua versus Dimka. Okay. Dimka. 0. Cool. Dimka in red versus Aqua in blue, which stands to reason. Cool. Alright. Hello, Taman. Welcome in. Alright. Let me just make sure now that the players are the right side, and we can just take a quick peek over at the builds. There we go. Let me just make sure I'm not getting any messages from anyone. Nope, we're all good. I hope you've been enjoying this so far, Amy. There's been some really, really nice fights so far. It's actually been really, really nice.
I actually have been enjoying this more than I thought I would. I think we're just getting some pretty nice fights. But to look at the build here, is that Dimka on a
It's
mage?
not, apparently. I'm not playing cringe magic. Okay, well, are
With
you in
44
Worlds,
vigor.
Dimka? Are you in Worlds, Dimka? Or are you Jopa? You must be Jopa. hang on a second. Let me set this here. I don't know what's going on. Dimka, you'll be in red. I'm Jopa. Okay. So Dimka, if you could hop into the red spot, please, that would be fantastic. If you'd hop into
Are
the
we
red
seeing
spot.
hand to hand?
We are, by the looks of things. Dimka, you're up. Run in, swap out with that red. I don't know who the red is.
This, if Dimkan is actually able to do something with this will be a really interesting fight because hand to hand is in a really rough spot right now. It
You
got its,
swap out with the red. Sorry, one moment. Excuse me, Amy. I hate this, but Dimka, if you could jump into the red, instead of the red guy, so you just swap out with him. The person in red, if you'd step out, please, and make space for Dimka, because I had asked for Dimka to be in. So please step out, or I will kick you from the world, and God knows when you'll be able to get back. So Dimka, jump into the arena. He'll get the message. I'm right. I'm gonna have to kick the other dude then.
um,
Yeah, there we go.
does the kick script work?
That's a very good question. As I think the game just crashed.
Yeah, I don't think I updated it for the latest patches. Maybe I should have warned you a bit earlier.
Okay, well now we know. I've never had to use it before, so there we go. All right, GG's. I
Guys, please listen to the stream. Like until like you hear us like about to count down, you know.
Dimka versus Aqua when world open. Please. Please. Jesus. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break then while we wait for all of this to catch up. So Dimka and Aqua, you two are gonna jump in immediately. All right, we'll be back in like 2 seconds. All right. All right, chat to you in a second. Do you have any last words before we go on break, Amy?
No.
All right, chat to you in a second. All right, we're back with a brand new track. It's crazy. As I just remembered that I need to reopen up my cheat engine table. Oh no. I didn't actually get everything set up, but I'm joined once again by Amira. Amy, how are you? Have you been enjoying yourself so far?
Yes, absolutely.
Hells yeah. What's been the most interesting fight that you've seen thus far?
It might be the one with slams. There was another one that was melee that was interesting too. Both the mage fights were interesting, especially the one with Lucy. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's just been a lot of interesting interactions and good plays to talk about, right?
Yeah, Slan's barely rolling during that fight with Dawn, especially on the latency that the two of them on was really, really nice. But we do have Aqua versus Dimka. Give us the count in at your leisure.
3, 2, 1.
And the bolt is out. The physics are drunk, and we do have the martial arts here, as we'd seen before from Dimka, versus the Pata off club. That's
That
a curiosity.
oh,
Ooh,
Dane's footwork.
Yeah, the Dane's footwork actually putting in the work here by the looks of things. Because again, that second part of the R2 does actually manage to get that poise break, which is very, very nice. As we're seeing some really nice rollouts as he goes. The run R2 seems to be the bread and butter of that setup. The first part of the jump, the jump kick nearly, doesn't actually break the poise. It's the second one that does, and we're seeing that being used very effectively as we follow up there. But I believe that was the Ash of War on the side of Dane's footwork there.
Tri-leaf whirlwind.
The whirlwind. Ooh.
Whirlwind.
Whirlwind. That's crazy. As we are going to see that the whirlwind doing an awful lot of work here. As Aqua manages to finally get a hit in here. Obviously, the two-handed Pata is banned in the Endocord rule set. So we're not going to see that, but it's actually enabling this. This is interesting from Dane's footwork. It's able to cover an awful lot of ground. Reminds me of a very low damaging fists, of all things, which is kind of interesting in terms of how that works. Although with the R2 as opposed to the run R1, as we are going to see the good force back now once again, a backstep there from the side of Dimka going in there for a running attack. Kind of a curiosity, and there it is. Got a whiff, but not going to be punished. There is the side of Dimka, who has tally swap there to get back up to that full HP, which is huge, as we do see the running R1s come out there. But unfortunately, the running R2 here, he is going to be pressured here and actually caught in the corner. He does manage to Mayweather his way out, but the whirlwind is going to be put to an end by just that stray L1 there from the side of Aqua, who's slowly but surely trying to even this one out. Oh my god, actually managing to get that interrupt as I believe just the standing R2s there, actually managing to get a nice little bit of damage there, as we are going to see that run attack there into the jumping attack, actually managing to get that into the Dane's whirlwind. Unfortunately, we do see a strafe come out there on the side of Aqua, but this is evened out now. Dimka, I believe, is doing an insane amount of damage as he's forced back now once again by those L1s. Good rollout and then punish there from the side of Aqua, who is finally found the spacing here and is slowly but surely chipping Dimka down as the run attack comes through into the run R2 there once again. It isn't going to hit, but unfortunately the Patas are actually going to do some crazy work there to try and even this one out. And we do see the tally swap there from the side of Dimka to get his tier procced, not wanting to risk anything there that could actually tier skip him, even though I don't believe there's any tier skip options here on the side of Aqua. We do see interrupted 159 HP, but it is evening out to 500. Dimka is actually very low here, but the run R2 comes through, and that is going to be Aqua taking it. I have not seen, Amy, I have not seen the Dane's footwork being used at a high level just yet. What do you think about it as a setup choice here from the side of Dimka? What's the notion behind it?
I feel the main thing holding it back is simply the damage. It has like 400 AR on like most infusions. Like that's kind of like the best you can get with it. You can't use greases or anything on it. It's I believe I calculated it to be that you would have to buff the damage of it by 25% in order to actually make it meet the fist damage.
Interesting. That's substantial.
There's more I could say about it, but let's get to the match.
Yeah, we'll crack on as we do have both of our players in. Dimka in red, Aqua in blue. Give us the count in, Amy.
3, 2, 1.
Boom! Kablooey! Kapow! As the bolt is out. The physics are drank. The players are chilling like villains as these empty jumps come out here from the side of Aqua, who has elected to go for the Shamshir, figuring that maybe the jank wasn't quite working out last time, as that's the unlock and then the relock there on the second one from the side of Dimka, actually managing to clip Aqua there. The R2 tries to make lightning strike twice, but unfortunately it doesn't. Aqua taking a little bit of damage, but I believe it's relatively even here, but more so in the favor of Dimka by a very slight margin.
Magic tier?
It does. It might actually be, now that I think about it. It's hard. No, it wouldn't be upline. I'll have to check the builds after this there again, because I forget what... No, it seems to be physical on the side of Aqua here.
Yeah, the damage that they're doing, but I don't know what tier would give that aura other than the magic one.
It's possible. We'll have to ask. Or int tier. Possibly the int. Maybe there's some int underneath there. I'm not sure if we're seeing a frost. But no, they would see the magic damage there as the Ardrun R2 is actually coming out there into the whirlwind. But unfortunately, it was all for naught and no damage comes out of it, as we are going to see that jump attack come through there. But it is going to be rolled out by Dimka. Good unlock there to avoid that bit of damage.
Amazing.
Dimka. But we are going to... It could all change here as another jump attack comes through there and is actually going to land. Good bit of pressure here from Dimka. Goes for a regular run or one there, but it's not going to be enough to land, as we do see good rollouts there into the jump attacks there. Tries to follow up with an R2, but unfortunately it is going to whiff, and a little bit of chip damage there on Aqua, but there's the full R2 into the whirlwind. Is that isn't true. There ain't no way. As we're going to see force back now once again. We see it on the stagger steps there to force the rolls, but unfortunately Aqua's just not quite there, and Dimka is keeping this very substantial lead. 500 to 1500 plus tier and down to 200 here. Aqua is very, very low here. I believe another R2, unless he does have the blue feather out here, and he can definitely survive another couple of hits here from Dimka, but a full R2 Pain Train could come through, but the trade comes through 155, and you'd mentioned about that damage, Amy, and it's substantial in its difference as the standing R1s come out here from the side of Aqua. Tries to go for back flying, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. And put away. That's going to be
that was amazing on Dimkan's side, because, like I said with the damage before, the way he has to play is kind of death by 1,000 cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see how careful Dimka is to not take trades accidentally.
Yes.
Because, yeah, you can just not outtrade the Shamshir, I believe. But yeah, other than just the damage, most things on the movesets of the Dryleaf Arts just don't poise break where they logically would.
Yeah.
And the running R2 is its like only exception, so it forms the basis of its game plan.
The bread and butter is a kick to the jaw, as we are seeing here. But either way, we are going to see a swap here from Aqua. Just before we do crack on, let me just check this. There might have been a mistake at play here, given that there's no int on Aqua's build at all. Dimka, of course, in the 62 dex versus the 54 strength of Aqua. But Amy, give us the count in at your leisure.
Aqua should probably stand a bit more on the thing. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
It makes absolutely zero odds. They're close enough, as we do see a jump R1 come out. Remember, maybe it's an Irish thing, but it's good enough. It'll be grand, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing on the line here, but yeah, go on. Please carry on.
I'm curious how Dimka plans to deal with the scary roll-ins here with the PSGS. But mostly, Aqua seems to be going for like jumper ones and plays like that. So we haven't seen it yet. Oh, but we might see here.
Ooh, good.
But it looks... Oh, that actually caught.
Did by a hair's breadth, by the looks of things. We do see the jump come through there.
Was that a skip?
That is
okay.
A skip.
Okay. I don't know if Dimka's seeing what we're seeing, but oh my.
Oh, but it doesn't matter.
Amazing, and Ant sees the jump.
Oh, he actually manages to catch there as well. Aqua's in a world of hurt here, Amy. What does Aqua need to do on PSGS into this? Roll in.
Roll in on reaction to the running R2. That's basically it.
Interesting.
It just doesn't have the poise break on its like immediate attacks to really contest it or the damage. But Aqua seems to be suffering here a little bit with the movement.
Oh, oh.
They really can't get in on
Oh, the
Dimka here.
JL1.
Oh, but they got
But they are going to get kicked.
immediate
Roundhouse
retaliation.
kicked about the point.
Oh,
Does just
oh
about
my,
manage
that
to
could
get
be-
away with that one. Oh no, the pressure's going to be. This is actually really impressive. Dimka tried to go for a BS.
yeah. I think Dimka is a bit, you know, a bit like too happy right now.
Oh, but that jump attack is going to come through into the follow-up. Crouch R1 from the side of Aqua. Oh, and the trade comes through. Aqua is quite low, but the whirlwind comes through and goes for it again. Who does
No
that?
way.
Dimka has evened this match out, but
And
unfortunately,
there we go.
I think the PSGS might have been the answer, guys.
Yes.
Dead set up real.
I believe Dimka, he was getting a lot of success, so he went out and bought a lottery ticket and kind of lost it all.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he might have bought all of them that were on the shop that day. But we do see a swap again from Aqua here onto the Grey Cat, which I'm curious as to how this matchup will look. But that will remain to be seen. All right, give us the count in, Amy.
3, 2, 1.
Kablooey, kapow, kablam, and alley. As we do see both players here going for their physics. Aqua doing a little bit of micro skipping here or there. It happens to the best of us. PC memento after all, as we are going to see Dimka roll out there once again. Goes for a jump attack there from Kilo, but no retaliation coming out here on the side of Dimka. As we are going to see Dimka here forced back, is going to actually go for the roll out there. Roll twice. Kept back now, as we are going to see Aqua. Oh my god.
That? Okay.
All right, you know, it definitely happens. Oh, but the jump R2 comes through there into the whirlwind, but unfortunately, we are going to see some nice tasty damage come out there. Dimka is evening it out, and more than evening it out, as the full whirlwind comes out there, and unfortunately just shy of getting that R2 to come out there, as Dimka tries to go for some shenanigans, threatening the BS punish there. The roll-in BSs against Great Cat are number 1, hysterical, and number 2, very, very dangerous for the Great Cat player to actually initiate pretty much anything as the jump R1 comes out there, but it is going to whiff, forcing that roll out there from Dimka. However, those running attacks are going to come in clutch here to try and even this one out even further, as it is 963 versus 955. However, those interrupts come through. That is going to be the tier gone for Aqua. Dimka still having tier here is going to be pretty huge. There could be, maybe with the bleed proc, there could be the ability to go for that tier skip from the side of Aqua, but no, it's 600 HP into that jump attack there. Good spacing here from the side of Dimka, trying to get a little bit of chip there off of the run R1s. Force back now once again, goes for that trade there. That is going to be Dimka with his tier, goes for a running attack there. Beautiful spacing here from the side of Dimka, but the pivot is going to cost him dearly. He could have been in a position to make this already pretty substantial lead evened out even more, as we see a little bit of chip damage into that R2, into the follow-up R2 then as well, to try and get that the run R2, and that is going to be Dimka taking it, the Dry Leaf Arts.
Amazing.
Actually kind of neat.
It's interesting because it looks like the follow-up attacks actually poise break really fast and may actually keep priority. I was kind of not expecting that, and it looked like Aqua got really checked there. I just noticed the Dryleaf Whirlwind, I believe some part of it is tankable, and Aqua was actually able to roll and do a rolling attack, like and effectively just tank part of it and basically always get a trade. Dimka was having a lot of trouble avoiding trades against this weapon, but it looks like he learned and figured out the right moves to use. He was doing some beautiful like stutter steps to cue Aqua to roll, and was getting beautiful roll catches with the running R2. So yeah, I feel Dryleaf is definitely not as explored as it could be. It has even though it's like not fist level recovery, it is really fast recovery, and good for momentum on a lot of its neutral moves. So I feel like there's more potential for players to just yeah, like see what it fully has to offer.
Yeah, and we're seeing it there. But we do have Montage in World, who's going to be fighting Clean. Clean, if you could step into the red corner, please. That would be
Oh,
phenomenal.
montage.
It's Monty versus Clean, and then we'll get the mage in here as well after that. So if the blue mage, whoever the blue mage is, you will be up next versus who, and then we'll get another pair in. We'll try and get as many people in today as we possibly can. Again, if it's very busy today, so if people are only in once, then so be it. But we'll try and make sure that everyone gets a shot. So let's just take a quick peek at the builds while I get all of the other stuff. It's going to be Montage in blue versus Clean in red, and the names will be changed momentarily. So Montage.
Add off Dane's footwork?
Yeah.
I believe I've actually seen people rocking that in some of Frosty's fight clubs.
I can imagine it being quite useful, but I'm not sure. It could be there's probably some shenanigans regarding recovery cancels. If it's anything like the Beast Claw, of course, is absolutely hysterical when it comes to that shit. It's always thrown me for a loop how fast those cancels come out. I know that the off wacky main Earthsteel build has gotten a slight change when you can use the Beast Claw and get that immediate R2 cancel to come out and just hit people like an absolute truck. And I'm just here trying to figure out who is who. Players in session. It's going to be Monty number 3 versus Clean in 1. Okie dokie. Yeah, alright, all's good.
And looks like Clean is running Fists off Pata. I think I might get the concept. Clean has the running attack tally, so I would guess he would be two-handing it a lot of the time. But that off Pata looks like it serves some purpose. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's a recovery cancel thing. Maybe there's like a backswing setup that works with this. We are yet to see.
We will see in but a moment. As you're going to give us the count in, Amy BB, please and thank you.
3, 2, 1.
That is so Hoggy's bestie, as we are going to see both of our players getting their physics in.
Headshot!
Oh my god. Uh-oh.
Montage might have the mental lead.
I think the mental damage here is going to be pretty substantial here as we see the axe there just go. Oh my god, it actually hits. Holy moly. I'm so curious as to what Monty's trying to do. Oh,
that cancels quite fast.
Uh-oh.
But we see Clean going in there, the running R1s.
All has become clear. And a trade there as well. Okay.
Yep.
And that's going to be Clean taking an awful lot of damage there. I'm not sure the particular moveset of that axe, so I'm kind of curious as to whether or not it's going to have the ability to... Oh, nice! He's actually able to get that interrupt there.
Mm-hmm.
How much poise damage does the offhand martial arts actually do?
I believe the kick version consistently breaks.
Oh my lord.
We saw Godric's come out there.
Did it actually hit? Monty, you legend. That setup makes an awful lot of sense now that I think about it in a weird way. Obviously, I think I might look at a different main hand, although that Godric's landing is absolutely baller, as we are going to see the jumper. It actually hits. Clean is actually tier procced here. Holy moly.
Yeah, the Dane's footwork, actually just the martial arts jump R2, I believe actually has frame trap timing. It's a bit directionally limited, but it does catch players really well. And according to Frosty, if the player keeps falling for it, you can actually somewhat vortex them with repeated jumps.
That's pretty funny is what that is we are going to see the... Oh my god, he actually gets the interrupt there as well.
That's what
Oh
the
my
setup
lord.
is. Priority demon, just denying Fist its main exploit,
That's
exploiting
insane.
gaps in your recovery to nuke you.
And that it is we are going to see that we might have even seen the other follow-up there, is the fists are going to be swatted away there by the hyper armor on the side of Monty. Oh lord, this is... And the jump R2 comes out there just to try and get a little bit of a catch, and the run R1 there on the side of the axe into... Oh my god, he kicked him 95 HP in a dream, and he goes for the follow-up again, but it's not going to hit. Clean expected it this time. He knows exactly what he's looking for as the jump R2 comes out there once more. Monty is going for another one, and it actually connects!
Oh,
is this a cook?
that
Is this actually a cook?
I realistically don't think everything's reactable there, except for maybe the kick follow up, right? But you can kind of just roll back if they do the R1 L1 combo, or I don't know if that's even a combo, but uh, I I don't see the image yet.
It's not... All is not quite clear, but Monty, I'm sure, will do his damnedest to take away the veil and show us what needs to be done. Bro managed to burn the microwave. Alright, well, give us the count in at your leisure.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, and the bolt is out. The physics are drunk. And a dagger out for good measure. You know, keep it all real. Keep everyone on their toes, as we're going to see that jump R2 come out there. Uh-oh.
Oh, Palm Blast?
Oh, it's not going to hit, though, but we are going to see some nice pressure come out here on the side of Clean, as the Dane's footwork is now going to be two-handed into the standing R1 there on the axe, but Godfrey's axe is going to just whip a little bit, as it is going to force a roll now again. Clean here, realizing
Good
the...
keep outs.
Very, very nice stuff here from the side of Montage, as he's going to be chilling like a villain. Oh my god, he actually punishes the Beast Roar into another standing R1 to swat aside that bit of aggression. Into another one. Monty must be quite low on stam right now, so he's going to have to reset just a little bit. But Clean is not quite sure how to initiate this here, as Montage actually manages to get a little bit of damage off on that dagger. Into another bit. Monty has a very, very substantial health lead here into the Ash of War, which is going to... stagger just a little bit
Jack
unclean.
Pointed out that we have to call it I command thee kneel every single time, because that is the correct name of the Ash of War.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Alright, you know, sometimes the dog barks correct, as we see here. As now, force back now once again. We do see the kicks come out there. Force back now once again. This is...
Two-hand.
This is all very interesting. It actually makes a degree of sense to punish the amount of forward momentum that the fists have. Montage is actually able to get it.
Kneel.
He gets it. Holy shit!
It's not dead.
94 HP and a dream into the martial
Oh,
arts.
this is tragic.
Montage
Amazing.
takes another stock.
Montage, thank you for that. Oh my god.
The kneeling was commanded, but
Yeah. I mean, Clean was literally forced to his feet, or I guess, the cement, I should say.
would it be cement or would it be?
stone.
I'm actually not sure. Is it
I
stone?
think it's just
Is
stone.
it tiling? Is it like?
I don't know,
not
ask
sure.
Jack, he built this.
All right, Jack. It's all your fault. What is it? You have the. What's the lore? Are we gonna have a Tolkien-esque fantasy world built out of what the actual stonework in the arena is? And thank you, Jack, for making this the best arena, a real bestie.
Man, I just knew the third hit was gonna hit. I just knew, like, it was gonna be the perfect timing for Clean to be like, oh, it's not hitting yet, and then just fucking roll and just get smashed in the fucking face.
Very quickly again, in case people want to steal the builds, it is going to be a 54 strength here on the side of Montage versus the 52 dex on the side of Clean. So pretty even. And unless he's two-handing, it's not really relevant for the bonus. So this is actually pretty close. But either way, let's crack on. Amy, give us the count in.
3, 2, 1.
And we do hear from our analyst desk that the actual flooring here is linoleum. Linoleum. Linoleum?
What the fuck is
How do you
that?
say that? It's like it's a fake material. It's fake. It's a fake material. Alright, as we are going to see Montage actually manage to add
Oh,
space
no.
there into the Dane footwork there again. And he goes for another one. He's just still keep pressing. He has
Yeah.
trained in the dojo for this aim, eh?
Yep. It looks like Clean is just really unsure where to, attack in because Montage can kind of keep looping that, and it will beat out the fist if the fist tries to go in and
I
punish,
think
I
we
believe.
found the answer. It's just Beast Roar from neutral. Oh my god, the wall
Oh,
bounce actually
are these
connected
free
there.
names?
No, the wall bounce there on that last one actually caught Monty, and as it
Oh my
does again. Are we going to see is the comeback real here? With the screams of defiance here on the side of Clean here, who's forced to roll out once again. Montage doing a decent job here of actually going for that reset. Goes for a dagger punish there, actually managing to get a nice little bit of damage. But the outspace there on the side of Monty, the accusations of who's a laggard come out as it actually connects. And we are going to see a reset here, probably being quite cognizant of his endurance there, his stamina bar being quite low, having to just get that little bit of reset. And now it's back up to full. He's going to re-engage here as he manages to connect.
It keeps working!
Oh, he's a wife and kids, Monty. What are you doing, brother? Clean there, forced back now once again. Clean finally found the spacing here against the I command thee kneel. But Montage there not quite able to get that punish, but the nice... What a delicate little kick it is. It's just so stylish. He's like a ballerina just doing a little twirl.
It's very cute.
Never thought I'd hear cute and Montage used in the same breath, but you know what? Listen, there you go. We are going to see that pressure. Clean actually managing to get a nice bit of damage there.
Like, don't you see what I mean, though? Like, this little kick into the cancel?
Yes, it's
like, look at that!
It's really nice. And he tried to go for the follow-up there, but unfortunately Clean was having none of it. Ah, the commanding kneel into a loading screen through combo.
Has that only been 2 matches?
It's been 3 matches. I forgot to press. Look, I press Control S. And there you go. Yeah, it's been 3. Monty! That was brutal.
Incredible. Yeah, I believe my approach to that matchup, if I was on Clean's side, would probably just keep baiting the keep outs and eventually find my opening, because you can't swing forever, right? Mm-hmm. Or maybe fish for an R2 trade, because nothing Montage uses will outtrade that. But because the hits on the running R1 are so spread out, it's difficult to avoid losing the trades because of that, because you keep getting interrupted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really, really clever, and I really, really like that build. I'll probably take that for spin. Okay, the Acrylic Mage, you are in. You're going to be in blue. I am going to call you... I'm going to call you Blue. I have no idea who you are. All right. Is there... Who else hasn't been in yet, folks? Is there someone who hasn't yet been in? Oh, Mishka hasn't been in. So we're going to get Mishka in. Go Blues? Go Blues? Yeah, Mishka. Mishka, you're up. So get in there. I can't say I've ever had the pleasure of bumping into this player. So number 1, it's good to meet you. And number 2... I don't know who Blue is in this case either. So these are both relative unknowns. Let's just take a quick peek at the builds. Remember, you can both use your Blue. Remember, you can use the Rune Arc. I'm calling you Blue because I don't know what you're called, because I can't speak Acrylic. Grafted build, perhaps Arcane. I don't believe they're listening, so we're just going to crack on with this fight. Blue, if you win, you're just going to have to let me know who you are so I can actually mark you on the scoreboard if in chat. But we'll crack on with this one, as we do have just a very brief issue here as I try and remember which slot is which. Mishka is in 1. Voices, what's the other one? And 4. 1 versus 4. Cool. Alright. Alright, folks. Let's crack on. Do you have any thoughts on the build just before we crack on with this fight, Amy?
Um, I'm just taking a look now. That's 44 vigor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that will be worth it. They also have the talisman for memory slots.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not sure if they're short on memory stones or they're just using that many spells, but
It's
I
gonna be
feel
an
like this
interesting one.
build could be better. But what is it? We'll see. Maybe Blue has some cook that we
Mm-hmm.
get to see that
All
will
right.
blow Mishka away.
You'll soon find out as we're gonna go in three,
Spread
two.
crossbow.
I'm worried about this one. I'm not sure. We might have some status bolts in this as we do see the physics come out from both of our players. Ah, oh no.
Headshot.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We haven't actually seen much,
What was?
the kick from Kilo is definitely an interesting one, as we are going to see someone who's quite evidently watched Lucy play and is trying to emulate it, which is kind of cool, as we are going to see that poison mist come out there
Oh, they
on
have
the
their own
noble
cooks.
stock. Ooh, nice. As we
Those
see-
rings of light are actually doing a lot of work.
They did a lot of damage there, holy moly. And the catch flame comes out there to get that interrupt. Oh my lord, Blue is taking a lot of damage.
Oh, and the sleep pots for the flash.
Oh, and he actually managed
Okay,
to
take advantage of
sleep!
it.
Oh no! Mishka's in a spot of bother.
Oh, no.
But the madness take the... The
wonder
madness
if
take
that
the
actually
world.
undamaged.
Oh
no.
my god.
That's tragic.
Unfork, Mishka takes the first one. I'd be curious actually to see someone kind of develop that a little bit more. And Blue, if you have
Yeah.
any questions regarding builds, of course, join Endicord and you can have questions answered and help you with builds and stuff like that. So if you are new and you're looking to try and kind of figure out what's what, you'll be more than welcome to join the Court and we'll be able to help you out in any way we can. But either way, Amy, give us the count in.
3, 2, 1.
As I did mess up the score there, so it's going to be 0. Yeah. And there we have it. The physics are going to be drank. Mishka, of course, on the first round as the pots are out. And a little spin to wins here. Kind of an interesting choice. I always mess up the roll timing on those things as we see the spam come out. Oh my lord. Good roll out there from the side of Blue.
We're having a bit of a shootout here.
This town here ain't big enough for the both of us. Which one is John Wayne and which one is Clint Eastwood? Now that's the real question here.
Oh my.
Oh, bear moding! Any bear moders?
Voice charge. Will it catch again? Yes!
Oh my god, it does! As madness
Oh my
takes
God.
the world once more, but not electing to go for the full thing. Oh, and the spin to wins. Are they going to come home? They do, and they do actually manage to do a little bit more damage on the return swing there. Oh my god, that damage is insane. But unfortunately,
One more hit.
Blue's HP is just... I don't think they have the HP to be able to trade at all, even if they win those trades!
Oh.
Blue takes the win. Holy sheesh.
That was such a fun match to watch. Blue has some cool concepts, not gonna lie. Mishka does not know what to do about this triple Rings of Light, right?
I've
And
been
honestly,
there.
I don't know what I would do either. It's kind of... Yeah. And, like, the sleep pot and stuff, like, Blue knows some stuff. Okay, but to get into the next round,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see, again, I think with a little bit of tuning here, this could be really rough. Because, again, we are seeing that the amount of, just the amount of damage that's been outputted here, maybe at a slight cost, but as Mishka has taken a little bit more damage from those Rings of Light. But, of course, Blue here is doing a very decent job of actually just keeping up that pressure. But that range pressure that comes out there, as we are going to see yet more damage. Oh my god! The blender into the... Oh my god, the catch flame is doing some
So much
serious
damage.
work! Oh, more Rings of Light, but the LGS is just able to get into that! Oh no, Blue! Blue actually wins another one!
Oh my god. They're just trading so much HP. Mishka's getting absolutely deleted.
Oh my god, oh ye of little faith! Amy, count us in for what could be match point.
3, 2, 1.
Like, I'm looking at it here, like, obviously not having the ability to trade quite as much is risky, but oh my god, just that damage is insane. Like, here is the, oh, oh my god,
Is this Rune Arc HP?
what?
The tracking.
Oh my god!
Mishka. I'm not sure if you're aware, but people die when they get hit by magic.
And the bear mode comes out again!
What? No, okay.
The bestial sling. The Luber sling is out in force right now.
Crossbow misses.
Oh no, just too far away
Yeah.
before some of those rollouts. This good use of the spread crossbow here on Mishka, I will say.
Yeah.
It's actually getting some decent damage in, and it's actually doing a fairly reliable amount. Oh no!
Incredible.
Okay,
That was so nice.
blue. GG's. Okay, in chat.
Who's blue?
Who are you? Name yourself. Oh, is it Wartox? Is that you, Wartox? Oh my lord.
Yeah.
So just as a reminder to everyone, there is a scoreboard for these in Endicord. So the person after 3 months with the most amount of wins will probably earn a small prize, something like a Steam voucher or something like that. So after 3 months of Fight Clubs, we'll end the season, and the person with the most amount of points, the most amount of wins, or we'll have a tiebreaker or something. But yeah, Wartox, that was really impressive. I honestly think with a bit of work, that build is going to be super spooky. So GG's, man. You played an absolute blinder. All right, now who is in now? I just need to figure out who's who. Okay, I believe that's Sasimoto, and I believe that's Slans. So it's going to be Sasso versus Slans again. So let's. Oh no, apparently it isn't. Who is? Who's who here? I'm going to guess it's Sasimoto. It's versus Zodix. Alright, let me just enter the names in and have a quick... Yeah, I was going to say, I wasn't sure who that was. So it's Zodix. So as I change the names, it's going to be Sasso in blue on the left versus Zodix on the right, Amy. If you give me the lowdown on the builds.
Well, it looks like Sasimoto is coming back with the same PSGS build, which proved itself to be very effective.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Zodix is on Great Katana with a Misericord soft swap, so I wonder if we're going to see any parries or backstab attempts, which kind of hard to get on PSGS, but we will see.
Well,
As well as the running attack tally, so I'm guessing Zodix is planning to fish for trades or fish for interrupts with the running R1.
Yeah, well, that will remain to be seen as we have both of our players in, and I just get the player numbers sorted. So it's actually going to be 1 and 2 for a change. That's crazy. All right, players are set. Amy, give us the count in, bestie.
3, 2, 1.
Boom! And away goes the bolt. All right, the physic is drank, and we are going to see Sasso here going for that nice bit of pressure. The Great Cat goes in and closes that gap, and that bleed grease is going to come in clutch here. But both sides are going to be rocking an awful lot of status as we see the panic rolls come out. Sasso actually keeping Zodix on their toes as that follow-up R1 there just does a crazy amount of damage as the JL1 they're actually attempting to punish. There's maybe a quick poke or the follow-up, but actually doing a really, really good job. And force back in now once again. We do see...
They both?
They both pause. Understandable.
I mean, yeah, it's fair.
Double
It's
rolls.
a completely safe play to go for a Blood Bolus on reaction to someone else Blood Bolusing.
Was that a brain baby moment where they both pressed the button at the same time? They both reset, but it doesn't matter as it is going to be Sasimoto taking that round, doing fairly standard PSGS things, but it is good to see that setup still doing well. I always did enjoy in FOCs over the years seeing PSGS do well. It's a very fun setup to watch because people have to be so careful, as we do see Zodix floating in the ether. So cool.
Yeah, I think the thing I like about PSGS is because it is it is a post-neutral setup, right? It actually has that kind of like option. Well, I don't know, option select's not the right thing, but just like 50-50, whatever you want to call it. And it's very solid. It's very clear. Its strength is right there. And it isn't also a mashing setup. When you hit it, it is your turn, right? Which is what I really like about it.
Yeah, and it's the game plans are consistent. The reads are always very strong as well. Here we go. The both players did decide to do that, but it's fine. You do a little pre-buff, but you know what? We were rough on. But yeah, Mag, you'll be up next, bestie.
Flail?
Oh, flail? Flailing, trying to think of a setup to use here as we do see a jumping attack, but the hyper armor comes through. It's, you know what, Amy? You say this caster's curse there. It's my turn when I get a hit. No, apparently not. As the bleed proc is gonna go through here. What a brave soul here going for that flail as the jumping attack comes through and the backswing comes through, but it is gonna be punished out by Sasso. I don't think the flail is the play here, as we do see an empty jump there. Follow up there into another crouch R1 from the side of Sassamoto, who is gonna go for a roll, but is gonna be mashed on. And the bleed bolus comes through there once again. Goes for a jump. Unfortunately, Sasso is going to go for that punish. We do see the bleed proc now once again. Might have been rolled at that time. I didn't quite catch the health bars on my side. As we are going to see that CR1 come through. Zodix eating that JL1. Oh.
Tragic.
Oh, tragical.
They got pretty far with the flail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does have hyper armor, but I don't think it's really winning those trades. So it's like, yeah, it doesn't, it isn't the most pretty versus hyper armor, but you know, I was mostly thinking of non-hyper armor setups. But you can really feel the lack of range on the flail here, which is pretty sad to see because, you know, like Zodix is making like a lot of kind of cool attempts to go for roll catches and jump attacks and such.
Yeah, there's some good options there, but we are seeing the swap back over to the Grey Cat on the side of Zodix, who has one more stock to play around with. Otherwise, it's going to be Sasso with the clear sweep, but count us in, Amy.
3, 2, 1.
Kabooey, kablam, kaboom. The players are going. We do see the physics.
We haven't seen Ash of War on the Great Katana yet. I believe most people choose the overhead stance, and I think that actually like makes the weapon compared to Rakshasa, right? Because it doesn't have the same hyper armor and such. But we're not seeing any Ash of Wars here.
With Flaming Strike Band as well, as a flat ban, it definitely does kind of restrict what Great Cat can actually use. I was having chats with Luber over the last while as the follow-up actually manages to anti-air there. That was nice. However, the roll catch into a quick poke elects to go for the spinning slash. And a cool
good punish.
And a nice cool blood effect there, but unfortunately he's going to be whiff punished from Kilo, as we do see that attempt to roll BS it there from the side of Sasso. Those roll-ins are kind of brutal against it, but unfortunately no dice, as we do see that.
Is this martial arts?
I think this is an empty hand here. Oh no!
What?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Sasso, you didn't need to do it to him.
As Sasso takes another stock. And Mag Casual is going to be up next. So Mag, if you could get in, GG's to both.
GG's.
So Mag, if you could get in. Is there anyone else who hasn't been in yet who would like a go?
Oh no, it's no problem, Sasimoto.
No, it is. You're banned from ever showing up again, ever. And that's how it works, yeah?
That actually may have been a genuine finisher.
It would be an interesting one, especially with the poison, to try and get that poison proc, and then you can just wait it out. Because as soon as they abolish, you can just go for the punish. It's not terrible. I'm not sure, does that actually poison you yourself?
The Ash of War does, but the regular attacks I believe don't. But I believe Sasimoto went for that because they were just one hit away, right?
Mm.
And that basically makes the perfume an actual setup because you don't need to worry about needing to poison break people, right?
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Oh, we see a spread crossbow. That is probably Mag
Yeah, it
because
is indeed Mag, yes. We are waiting for another player. If there anyone who hasn't been in yet who would like a go, now would be the opportunity. But if there's any other people in, if not, just let yourself be known that you're waiting, and we'll get you in. Ingram, nice, awesome to have you back in. All right, Ingram is up next. Said he wants in. We'll get Sasso in next after Ingram. No idea. That's actually a good
we have
question.
not Mag.
Good. Force people to wait for using spread crossbow and stuff. So it is going to be Ingram who's up next in red, and then we'll get SK in after that. That sounds like a plan. So who
I
are we
believe that
waiting?
means Mag only has like 9 shots per match.
Oh, I just changed the wrong one.
Actually, he can switch between vaults.
Mag. So Ingram, get in here. I'm literally not on. Oh. So someone was pulling my leg. I can't believe you do this, Jaker. Just Ingram, get in here. Oh, there he is. Nice.
You can
All
just
right.
use the grace in between rounds if you need
Yeah,
vaults.
which is fine. That suits. We have plenty of time here. We have another like 30-40 minutes. I would never pull your leg. I don't believe you. Or another hour actually of this till we're good, folks. We're good. But we do have both of our
Oh,
players in. Ooh.
are we just gonna go straight, or are we
We're
gonna
gonna take
look
a
at the
quick look at
builds?
the builds first. Yes.
Yes. So Ingram is running what looks to be a meteoric ore blade, ancient meteoric ore blade build with we can see spear talisman and the crouch attack tally, and it's a pretty interesting weapon because I believe it actually has more range than Gug's. And I don't know, I don't think it does more damage absolutely, but it's pretty interesting to see because I don't think people are really used to dealing with the weapon art, which basically makes them just hits people from kilo. It just drives all the way over there. So we will see. But Mag is over here with the spread crossbow, and he's been hyping it up a lot. So we might see some war crimes over here.
The sting tally is banned on it just because I didn't want to buff. I didn't particularly want to buff bow builds and stuff like that, to be honest with you. So I did elect to just get rid of the extra little bits of damage that it's able to do. Oh, nice, as he goes for that immediate Ash of War there. Ingram doing a decent job. However, he is going to be able to roll it into the standing R1. Mag is going to be swatted aside, and a running attack comes through there from the side of Ingram, and the R2 from the side of the meteoric ore. Uggs, we'll call it whatever. The big sword, the big meaty sword, as we are going to see that R2 come out there, isn't going to land. We do see a little bit of chip damage there from the side of Ingram. But Mag is just playing this long kite game here, and that's kind of one of the things I'm always concerned about regarding bows and stuff like that, is just the fact that they can just play an infinite kite even in this small arena. I'm not a big fan, as we do see
Oh,
the follow-up
what the
come through,
heck?
but it didn't land? Curious.
Yeah, I believe Mag flew past with the running R2. That's what happens with attacks with that much motion. The netcode can't handle it.
As
People
we are
just
going to
teleport through each other.
a nice little bit of damage there once more, as we do see the attempts that Ingram is just struggling to try and catch Mag here. And that is, of course, the downside of an Uggs build in general, is it's just not able to close that gap, sadly. Even if it is, everything it does is reactable, as we see a trade come out here. Ingram trying to set up for some mind games. But, unfortunately, Mag says, nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. As we are going to see just slowly but surely being chipped down here, and any bit of counter aggression here is going to be swatted aside. 25 HP. Mag, realizing he can mash with impunity, takes it.
Yeah, Pada, I believe, beats Uggs here in its own right, even one-handed, right? So this is kind of just, yeah, like rubbing it in. But we didn't see actually too many shots. Most of it was just play with the Pada. Um, I guess like a Mog Uggs, as people are saying, actually has a means to possibly, with a hard read, could interrupt a reload or a shot. So maybe that's why Mag is more cautious, but we will see as we go into the next round.
All right, we'll count
3,
us in.
2, 1.
I'll lay. And the physics are drank. The bow's loaded. And the rush in, and he actually manages to land it, and manages to land the R2 afterwards. That's a lot of HP gone, but unfortunately the Pat is just too little recovery, and Mag is going to be able to get away pretty much scot-free as we do see the C-bow come out there, in managing to connect it again into the follow-up.
If that hitbox is so meaty.
But Mag is now going to be able to just chill and mash out there, as Ingram isn't really in a position to do very much except trade, which they do on the read there, try and go for that Ash of War, but unfortunately a double roll does come in into the follow-up there from the side of Ingram. But Mag is actually still pretty much in this fight, even without Tier. He's a couple of hits away, as we are going to see that standing R1 there to follow up the
no
whiff.
FP.
But no FP. But the move itself is actually kind of interesting in how much ground it covers, as Mag is absolutely struggling here, and the CR1 comes out here on the side of the Gugs player into another one. It does connect, but unfortunately does not quite as substantial a degree of damage, and that roll-in is going to be punished there by the side of Mag, who just the patas are absolutely nuts. Even one-handed, they're able to do so much work, and Ingram goes for that trade there, 100 HP into the follower's jab finish, but unfortunately that's going to be the Tier gone, and Mag knows now that he can just take pressure. Here goes for that follow-up, 300 to 200 HP, tries to go for the follow-up. Ingram, unfortunately, not able to take it. And that's going to be 2-0. Ingram, no!
Yeah, it happens in those like high-pressure matches. Mag was just confident in throwing out those running R2s and catching him repeatedly. And Ingram was just really trying to close it out, so he was mashing, but Mag was able to get out pretty easily, so... Yeah. But again, that was pretty beautiful so far.
A good Gugs play here on the side of Ingram, you know. I do somewhat get a little bit of PTSD from remembering what Gugs used to be. But it's good to get, you know, those Nam flashbacks every now and again. But give us the count in.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
I am curious, what is actually the win condition here for the Gugs? Is it literally just to force trades? But having the spread crossbow out just, I think, just kind of negates that, because Mag can just chill and poke from Kilo.
Basically the win condition is to hard read every single time Mag attacks.
Oof.
Or goes for a reload. Because
he doesn't have the speed to be able to actually do it on reaction, which sucks. Oh, good trade there from the side of Ingram, but he has quite a lot of HP to actually follow up on as he goes for the follow-up there. Oh my god, as you said, he counted it out. And that's going to be that. As we see another trade into a standing R1, but Mag again is just able to swing with impunity out of it and leg it as we see... Lobotomized, it seems, is our Mag casual. You hate to see it as the follow-up goes through there, tries to go for crouch R1, but oof. Covering all that ground there into a trade now once again from the side of Ingram, who is just about behind as we see this mashing the Ash of War, the empty Ash of War, which I don't think is a particularly good play as it is seen. Unfork bestie. Unfork.
You know, it's kind of, I don't know what you'd describe it as, but this costs actual FP. Meanwhile, Flaming Strike, like Storm Stomp, like what's the pattern here? Why is the worst stuff which cost like actual FP?
I don't know. I really don't know. as we have Slans in, and I think it's Clean now as well. So yeah, it's going to be Slans versus Clean in this next one. But yeah.
GG Ingram, you did pretty well.
No, you did really well. There
All
was
things
some really
considered.
nice things there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you had any of those reads you did manage to do, you hit like an absolute truck. An absolute truck. Clean. Alright. That should be good. Go on.
We saw in the later matches how Mag actually started using the crossbow more and got the hand of it.
The crossbow is lethal. Just the fact that it's able to just to get so much damage out from Kilo is just very troubling to me. There's a reason why the few restrictions I have, I kind of insisted on having them, even if it's only for a principle. You know, like, Kite is a very frustrating playstyle to go up against, and the fact that most people have some pretty good counter pressure options anyway. I don't know. I really don't like it. It's rough. It's very, very rough. Spread crossbow is spooky to me because we haven't seen the true skill ceiling of it yet, because I don't think there's been enough people really playing it. I've fought Marco a good few times, and it has been absolutely lethal. What he's able to do, especially when you're low HP. It's very, very frustrating. It feels like there's no comeback. But I could be wrong, and it could be a massive skissue, as we are taking a look at the builds here. There's going to be Slans rocking the strength build versus the dex build of Clean. I don't know if you have any thoughts here on the Pat of Fist on the side of Clean versus the sheer audacity of Slans.
I think this is going to be a bit of a harder matchup for Clean. I think, like I said before, there's a lot more ways to go wrong with Fists than there is with Shamshir.
In what sense? Just very quickly. I'm curious, actually.
Well, with like Fists, like I said, you have to be very precise with your running attacks and where you attack and spacing and all that. But Shamshir is just rather safe. It throws out hitboxes that are very wide. And it covers a lot of ground, while also breaking in one on every hit, right?
Yeah, that is true.
So yeah, and also has pseudo prio versus Fist, so on the like block canceller ones.
Trade comes through though right off the bat, and both of them are relatively even here as we see the tally swaps come out here from Slan. Oh no, Clean stuck in the corner. That is not a place you want to be against the Shamshir. The back swing setup is going to go absolutely ham as we see Clean here, unfortunately going for butt scratch tech, which is about as useful as it was in 3. As we see, force back now once again. Clean is just taking an awful lot of damage here, and oh my god, the spinning slash comes out there. Clean tries to get away, but unfortunately Slans goes to town. Yeah, you weren't wrong.
Like you saw how in the corner Slans took like the smallest step and just cued the spin slash, and Clean's standing on one just completely whiffed, right? So, yeah, Fist has a lot of trouble, like, just outreaching Shamshir, right? And you have to do some pretty good play in order to beat it.
Yeah, and that I always find that fists have always felt weird to me on a personal level more so than anything else. Like, they're very, very short range. They have an awful lot of pressure. But I'm always kind of... I always forget that thing has so little recovery. You could just throw things out there. But the Shamshir has the exact same thing. It's very it's quite fast. Has very little recovery. So yeah, I'd stand by that. That does seem like a pretty strong... It does seem like a pretty strong pick into it. There's a reason that both of these have been an S tier for the longest time. But the swap over to Scythe, and I'll breathe a sigh of relief. Ha 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 ha. Give us the count in, Amy.
3, 2, 1.
All right, as we do see these back. It's okay. Got back there in the wind up, you know. Let's skitter back.
Yeah, you know, just stretching himself out, you know, warming up.
Warm ups are very important. You do yourself a damage as we do. Oh, we'll let it play out, but that's going to be a match for Clean. As we are going to see Clean here going for that is going to be flaming. The flaming strikes are, yeah, there we go. Figured it out. Reading is a very difficult thing. We understand this for all players, don't worry, as we are just going to crack on here with the very quick reset. Boom, and there we go. 1-1.
Oh my God.
Don't worry about it, it's fine. Reading is difficult, okay? As the R2s come through there from the side of Clean, getting some crazy damage right off the bat. Force back down. We are going to see that run attack come through there. The crouch attack comes through here as well, but it's not going to land for the side of slams. The runs, risky. Runs are always risky on side because, again, you can be strafed. And it's kind of, you have to do a hard read or condition the opponent to try and go for those strafes and go for a run or two instead. Kind of like Halberd in that respect, but with super armor, as we do see that... Scythe memento, oh dear. Oh, and the bestial roar comes out there on the side of Clean, who's trying to get that, but the R2s do come out. And he actually managed... Was that a half hit?
I don't know, but until just a moment, actual, still now, Science is actually quite not in the lead, despite seeming to dominate. It's just because the Fist just outdamages it so hard, so even though Science gets priority, it's just so much damage.
Crouches are coming. Oh, the backstab grab there was tragic. Not going to be capitalized on, though, by Clean, unfortunately, as both sides are relatively even here all the way through. This is the run R1s come through. Crouch R1 comes through here on the side of... Oh. Standing R1, but Slans does take it. It doesn't really matter. The side... Slans is just... He just realizes when he can press and when he doesn't have to. It's kind of crazy here what he's able to do. But a very, very close match there. Clean almost managed to pull through on that one. And we are seeing accusations in chat here. It says, Atlas, no way bro cancelled on me and then came here. Are we having dodging? Dodging? Any dodgers?
Slams would never.
Oof. Alright, either way, we are going to have both of our players in AMA.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Sans, get off the keyboard. Look at the screen.
And both sides are going to go for their respective physics.
Windblade. Okay, great katana.
Oh, he's doing the randomized inventory run here.
What? Did you think you could just do it for the buff?
I don't know. I don't know what the idea is. Do you know what? 2-2, forcing a match point as they are going to crack on. Eventually he'll find a weapon here that doesn't need it.
It didn't affect game?
Don't care.
What do you mean? You buffed?
Don't care.
If you throw out the weapon art, that's how it's enforced.
If it's used, it's banned. Sorry, I removed both. Don't matter. Alright, crack on, folks. Let's go. We play like we're in bracket. And away we go. Both sides are going to be chilling. I wonder what he's going to use Flaming Strike on next. I'm going to be super curious to see. As we are going to see these run attacks come through here. Slams.
Oh my god.
Oh man,
nice.
Tries to get that damage.
CR2.
Goes for another run attack there. The Crouch R1 comes through here on the side of Slans. Good. The Bestial Roars here coming out here to try and get that extra little bit of damage. So we are going to see Clean
Sans
chilling.
was fat rolling a moment ago.
Oh, I see. That would explain it. As we are going to see Clean here, just chilling here in neutral. Goes for that R2, is going to trade. However, Slans here, they're both pretty much neck and neck. Only about 200 HP in the difference there. And we see trade, the off-stock comes through there. Slans is going to take the damage. Tries to go for another little bit of an off-stock hit there, but the Grey Cat tracking memento. And we do see that...
Almost.
But it is going to whiff.
This is just absolutely outdamaging here. Right? You really need to win all these interactions to win with this setup against Fist.
And that's one interaction down as the jump R2 does come out here, but Clean is going to be pulled back as we are going to see the tier gone for Slans, but he is close to getting the tier proc on Clean, so this is still pretty much neck on neck as we are seeing the off stock there going to town, and that's going to be this stock basically
cool.
Even out once again. It's kind of interesting for sure. Off stock is weird, especially against something like Fist, where because you have to be constantly careful that it doesn't get that poise break, you have to play it so careful as that trade comes through, and that's going to be a poise chip there in the favor of Slans. So the next hit is going to poise break, but that's 300, about half the HP, 183. Clean goes for a running attack, 88 HP and a dream as we see the swap over to Red Feather. Oh, and the Fists are out now. The That's gonna be it. One good or two here. I think could even this one out. Slans is gonna be in for a spot of bother. Maybe a bit of drywall got stuck on the keyboard there after going for the flaming strikes twice as the run attack comes through. Good follow-ups there from the side of Clean, realizing that he can mash. Good spacing here. 60 HP. Good spacing of the trade, and that's gonna be a reset for both of them into your respective corners, chaps.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
You know, that's the
That was a
first
good
reset.
R2.
That's the first reset we've had in quite a while, actually. And even in the beginners brackets, I can't remember the last time we had a reset due to a trade. That's a curiosity. Yeah, red feather plus fists and bundles is going to be an awful lot of freaking damage, is what it's going to be. No more mercy. How do you think this one is going to go, Amy?
It's yet to be seen, but Slans, I believe, he's performed best on PSGS. That is his best setup of all time that I know of. Though I've not played him recently, so that could have changed, but, you know, it could very easily be a one-sided match here. But
PSGS.
Clean has been doing really well.
Fist into PSGS is kind of cure. Oh my god, speaking of which, in that
Oh,
turnaround there.
LeBron James.
Who coined that, actually?
I believe like Soap or someone made a meme with like LeBron James like accidentally does PSGS running L1 5 times in one match. But oh my!
Oh my lord!
Clean having a bit
the
of issue, but
Fists of
Clean's
Fury.
bringing it back here. Good roll.
Again, having bundles on fists is just, it kind of elevates them back up to almost where they were, as we see the jumping attack come through there and the nice little bit of a Godskin swaddling
Yep.
proc there. Evening back up, Slan's getting a nice amount of HP, but Clean is still very much in it. There's about, I think there's at least 1,000 HP in the difference here, I'd say. And there's definitely is now, as we are going to see Slans here, hoping to try and get that extra stock here today, as we are going to see this Wiggles doing the wiggles in neutral, but Clean swapping over to the Raksasha. Oh my god. This...
Are we going to get a bit of a tier skip bandit here?
Oh no, we're not, because we're going to see a running attack from Kilo take it, and we have the jump into Alt F4 true combo after that. Very nicely done to Slans, who is now on the scorecard once again. Both Sasso and Slans are the only two currently. Both of them currently are the top, and now we're waiting for the next two. So let's get, we haven't seen, is there anyone we haven't seen in yet? Is there anyone who's waiting to get in who we haven't seen? Ladies and gents. No session? It's open. Password is lying, Pablo. Oh, it's because the world is currently full. Alright, so we haven't had Pablo in yet. Could someone leave and get Pablo in? Yeah. It's been cooking me. Try and get in there again. Sasso, you've already been... Sasso and Slans are very low on the priority list. Is there anyone else who's trying to get in who hasn't been in first? Because we'll try and get someone else in as well. Lucy, if you're still there, if you'd want to get in, we get Lucy versus Pablo. Oh, if Sifa hasn't been in, so Sifa and Pablo then. Fair enough. Yeah, yourself and Slans are now low on the priority list. Just again, there's a lot of people waiting to get in, so... Oh, and Atlas has been... Oh dear, what's going on here? After this, so Pablo and Sifra. You are going to be the two in. All right.
Who is this mysterious unknown?
What is going on?
That's cool to hear, Graydon.
Can't get in. Connection errors. Okay.
Seems like you may need to restart the session.
Yeah, that's no worries. We'll
Seamless update issues? There's no way.
Wait, what?
No. Okay, no, I misinterpreted that. There's not a seamless update.
Okay. Alright, just while I'm resetting worlds, let's just thank the few people who've come in. Aniax, Jenna Seal, Ferris D, Griffin Deer, Dimka, I can't believe you weren't following, Negator, Vile Kingen, Vortox, and DW. Thank you all for the follows. I love and appreciate you all. Yeah, very pro all of you. Thank you for all of that. Sorry I haven't been keeping up, unfortunately. Do I need to restart or just... I'm not actually sure how this would work. Hello, Shu. The Grand Secretary herself. 100 D balloons. Are you telling me to donate 150? You're tempting me, you're tempting me. Now, I am trying out the rule set for the time being on a flat ban on Flaming Strike Slams. That's currently where I am right now. It came to me in a dream. Alright. Alright, so Sifra and Pablo. See if you can join now. Just you two, please. Make it a set loss when FSS is used. Show those crutchers. Or we could just keep sending tickets, support tickets to reset poise to 1.10. We could do that either. That would work too, I think. Just spam them over and over again. I almost clicked. Alright, folks. Pablo, Sifra, you should be able to join now. Should be. Assuming I did everything correctly. Just let me know if either of you are having problems. Press L2 to lose. But strange stuff is happening. Alright, I'm just going to reset then the entire session. I'm spawning a Chapel of Anticipation. I don't even think you're entering my world. No, you're not. I love technical issues. Is there a reason why this happens, Amy? Out of curiosity? Hello?
You're probably gonna have to do a full reset of the game. Sorry, I went to get water.
The full game, is it?
Yes. So just return to desktop, boot, backup cheat engine, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okie dokie.
You just Alt F4.
Yep, that sounds like a plan. There we go. Do I need to restart the session, the tourney manager as well? I can't remember.
I am not sure, but I know cheat engine you should.
I'll just restart it here. Okay, cool beans. Sorry about this, folks. Again, technical issues. I love video blames. Release. Okie dokie. Open up that. It's a curiosity why it does this. It's not the first time it's happened. Usually for, like, casual FCs, it's not really a concern. Because, like, people are just going to be in the world for ages anyway. But for these, it can be quite annoying. Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, we're good. Alright, I think we're back. I think.
I just need to see the game.
Yeah, why is it not start virtual camera? Okay, it should be working now. Hello?
Yep.
Alright. Hello. We're back. Apparently everything crashed. Okay, so Sifra's gonna stand out. I'm not even connecting when I try it. Really? Okay. I'm very confused as to why this is happening. So who else is waiting to get in currently, folks? If we can't have either Pablo or Zifra. Let me just make sure that the world is actually open here. Use. Okay, so we are open. Alright, Dawn, you're in. Dawn. So get in here. And who else is on that wants to get in? Gray. I'm just going to call you Gray instead. Save data is corrupted. Lame. Ooh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Might be issues. Can you press cancel? Weird. Nothing happens when I use the effigy of Melania? That's really weird. Let me just do this again. Let me just toggle this. Huh. Have you tried restarting, chaps? That usually works. That's weird. It's borked? Oh no! What's gone on?
What is supposedly borked?
People are having issues using the effigy of Melania. That's
It just
refuses
doesn't
to work.
do anything? Is it working? Is it only doing this with you? Or can people connect to other people?
Well, I'm getting people in world.
Well, might as well go with that, I guess.
Yeah, we'll just go with who we have now. So, we have Zodix, and I believe it's... No, they just got booted.
Did you use the... Maybe they used it.
Alright, get in here, Mag. And Zodix, get in here. I'm very confused as to what's going on.
Now I got the intro cutscene for the game start?
The left.
This is a classic seamless moment.
I love seamless co-op. Zodix, get back in here, and it's gonna be Zodix versus Mag. We'll just get a fight in. Yeah, you can join. Just get in here, and we'll have Mag versus Zodix. Oh, at the start of the game. Oh. Yeah, you can join Zodix.
What happened?
What is going on? No, you're okay, Briar. You can get in for the next one.
Is your save like based on a mule you downloaded or something? I heard in the DLC, it breaks those saves, but I don't know. Your save is legit. Okay, so well, you still probably have your SL2 save. So that's fine there. Maybe back it up in case you boot the vanilla game and then it fucks up.
Amazing. Amazing.
Well, we do have 2 people in here, right?
We are just... Zodix just had to restart real quickly, so we'll get him back in now as well. So, yeah, it's Mag versus Zodix. This should be in just a moment. And it's Zodix, not Zidix. Alright. But yeah, the in terms of fights that have happened so far today that I've really liked, I've liked the the mage. The 40 big mage was definitely a highlight for me. That was wild. And then the Slans match against Dawn was also very, very impressive. I think there was some really good ones there.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's been any other highlights for you so far, Amy.
I mean, there definitely has, but it's hard to recount them. Like, 3 cases of slams doing flaming strike. um, the montage cook.
That was cool. I will agree.
That was fun. The
Melania
match
not
with
work.
Lucy
Oh,
was really
God.
cool as always. And yeah, some of these fights with Slans and Sasimoto are really cool with these strong setups. And like seeing how those play together, it's been pretty cool.
No, it's been a good showing. Misha, you just get in here. Yeah, no one's that we're having some trouble. We'll have this fight. If we could just get one person in here, we'll finish it off. There seems to be some technical issues. So we're just gonna get one more fight in, and then we're gonna call it quits. I think. Unfortunately, I have no idea what's going on. This is very very strange.
Well, update on the status of Grey Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
They just beat Grafted Sion, so they may be on their way soon. Just need to get the round table hold in the map.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. But
Okay,
we
but
just-
is there no one else in world?
someone else tried to rejoin, and it's not working. So whoever comes in first, we're just gonna get them in. So lads, spam in. Whoever can join joins. Whoever can't. And this will be the last fight. I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what's going on. We'll just get one more person in. We just need one more person in world. And if we can't get one more person, I'll fight Mag. All good. Sorry, Mag. I don't know. There's some technical worries going on here. It's very, very weird. Nope, Melania doesn't work. Really? Go fight, Enda. Amy, I need you then, bestie.
What? To do what?
To. Oh no, we got someone. Okay, I don't have to play the video game. This is great. All right, Buff Gugs has returned to the world. What? All right, whoever's blue, get in here now. Skip Frigid. All right, we're good. We got someone.
Wait, is this a crossbow mirror?
Oh me, oh my. Who is this? Who is this beast?
This is the
Mishka.
player
It is
that fought
Mishka. They
blue.
got in. Yeah, Mishka. So let me just change the name then.
Let's just get on with this.
Let's get it on. All right, Amy, give us the count in, bestie.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
All right, the bolt is out. The players are in. Mag is going to be loading up that C-bow very, very quickly, as we do see the shot from neutral come through there. And oh, apparently we didn't do the thing. All right.
What thing?
I never used the
PvP thing?
PvP, apparently. Of all of the things to forget. There we go. PvP, there we go. Alright, we got there at the wind up. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm excited to see this Mexican standoff.
Alright, partner. Let's... On the count of 3, we commence the fight. 3, 2, 1. Kaboom. Alright, there we go. Alright, the physics are out. The bolts are cocked. And they are going to be shooting each other from Kilo. And the poison mist is going to be out there. Getting a nice little bit of damage. Force back in there. Another shot rings out. Getting a little bit of damage, as we are going to see Mag here taking a little bit of damage from that two-handed LGS, which is going to be doing a nice amount of poison build up here as well, trying to get that talisman to proc the poison tally. As we do see these jumping R2s come out there. Force back in there. We do see an awful lot of damage there coming through as we see the expos ring out from across the arena. Yet again, another bit of damage. Genie, those things go far. They're actually hitting the far wall. The spray and pray as the Uzis come out here trying to get that trade there, as Mag is going to win that trade. Mishka is resetting up that poison there, but we do not see Mag going for an extra bit of damage as the headshot is going to be hit. And the R2s from the LGS are going to be trying to get those catches, but unfortunately Mag is just too far away. As we reset to neutral as they go from one side of the arena to the other as another shot rings out.
Oh my god.
This is insane. Spread
It looks like Mag may be the superior gunslinger here.
The fastest gun in the West is Mag Casual by the looks of things, as Mishka is taking an awful lot of damage there. I'm getting a kill! Holy moly. That is going to be Mag taking the first stock. What do you even do here, Amy?
I don't know.
What's the strat?
It's a shotgun. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Jesus. All right. We do have both players are going to be resetting, getting their.
Oh, I did have a concept.
Oh.
That being like just having a shield and then like having it out whenever they have the crossbow out. But yeah, I've not tested it or seen anybody test it. So,
Interesting.
anyways,
all right.
Let's get in.
Let's get in. Count us in.
3, 2, 1.
Cool. And it's 1-0 to Mag so far, as the shots continue to ring out once more, and they're both going to sit from one side of the arena, just shoot at each other, it seems. 10 paces away, I think they should be standing about 10 paces away. I think that would be the play, as we are going to see more shots ring out. That is a lot of damage for 2 shots. As Mag has taken a little bit of damage now at long last, as the one-handed Pata is going to get that damage.
Combo.
Good mash there as well, as we do see the jump in R1 come out there on the LGS, but the Poison Mist is going to hit, and that is going to be the poison tally. Good roll out there on the side of Mag, as we are going to see this reset into neutral. Goes for that R2, it is going to connect, but unfortunately Mishka is going to eat an awful lot of damage. Force back now once again. Mishka in a spot of bother, going for an empty jump, not quite able to hit. Oh, and the Pata roll, you can't roll in against that, it's just too fast on the standing R1, as we're going to see Mishka here looking for an opportunity to get the damage as the roll R2 comes out. Force back now once again. We are going to see Mag just swatting Mishka away as the trades come through. Mishka's very, very low, but so is Mag, as that poison is slowly but surely going to tick down, as the bolts are out here on the side of Mishka.
Oh no!
No! And that is going to be 2-0 on the side of Mag Casual.
Did Mishka run out of bolts?
Yeah, I forgot to reset at Grace. I believe that Mag is just resetting with CE. For true efficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what you're supposed to do here. Like, let's say you don't have a spread crossbow in retaliation. Like, what's the play? I'm just not entirely certain. Especially when you close the gap there, Mag obviously has an ability to just like swat you aside, so you're in a kind of a bad spot. But either way, Amy, give us the count in.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Kablooey, kabam, kabloom, kerpow, as we are going to see both players here sitting in this. I was going to say long neutral, but I don't think neutral exists here. Oh, and that trade point blank there. But it's still going to be Mag with the advantage here, the life advantage at the very least, as the anti-air comes out there with the spread crossbow, as we see that reset in the Poison Mist. Might have been a bad play. Both players are going to be chilling like villains. Oh, nice hit there on the side of Mag there from half the map away, as we do see the spread crossbow, but the R2s here from the LGS are going to be... cannot stop them. Animations for days, as we do see this nice bit of damage. Another L1 comes out there once more, setting up there from Kilo once again. Mishka not really setting up for roll catches with the X-boats, just trying to throw them out there and see what Mag does. However, that point blank shot, as the tier is gone, and Mag is just going to go to town now with that one-handed Pata, as both sides from one side of the arena to the other, from one side of the street, but the mash! And that is going to be Mag Casual taking it. And let's just take one more peek. Oh, that is the wrong one. Let's just take a quick peek here at what is going on, what the builds were. It was going to be 60 strength on the side of Mag. Voices the Arcane on the side of Mishka.
I wondered what the Arcane was about. Like, I guess it scales the Poison Mist, but... And I guess the Katana gets bleed scaling? But like you guessed that Miska was going to come with some status bolts, but that wasn't the case.
Well,
It
status
was just
bolts are
entirely.
banned as a general rule, so that is going to be a
Mm,
problem.
yeah.
And it does seem, folks, as though we are still having some technical issues. As you can see here, people are trying to enter, but it is not working. So, unfortunately, we are going to call it quits there. That is Mag on the scoreboard once more. That is going to be 2 for Mag, 2 for Slans, and 2 for Sasimoto. So we are going to finish up,
Um,
but Amy.
is this the last
Yeah,
match?
we're
Or
done
did it
now.
happen?
The people just can't enter, and a reset.
Did Mag get three? Because it says two.
He got 3. Yes, he did. I just never updated
Yeah,
the
okay.
score after the third win. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining us today. Unfortunately, we're still having some issues regarding Seamless being fucked up. So my apologies. Unfortunately, thank you for the games and for the casting. Yeah, no, more than welcome. Amy, what did you think of the setups that we've seen here today? I'm kind of
I
curious.
was I was pretty happy of what I saw, if I'm gonna be honest. You know, there's a lot of ways that they could be improved, but like we saw some pretty good players come in with some pretty cool setups that we don't usually see, and we saw some unexpected players that we haven't really seen much at all
Mm-hmm.
come in and do surprisingly well, like Blue, or sorry, I don't remember their actual name in the chat.
Wotox was the name of the
What
player.
talks?
Wotox,
Yes,
yeah.
but they did excellent,
Mm-hmm.
and we got more of Lucy, which was really nice. I really love her spellcasting,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it was just an interesting stream. Oh, don't forget Monty's
Yes,
cook.
that is something that I will actually want to take a look at in future. That's off martial arts. They're having a lot of stuff is kind of neat. If you want to watch the VOD Schrodinger's Catboy, you have either the VOD on Twitch or YouTube, so you can watch either. Yeah, there was a bunch of cool cooks. I do think the mage cooks are still very interesting to me as people develop more and more strategies. Lucy, we had Wotox as well. But yeah, I'm
Hmm.
super stoked to see what people will have.
Yeah, I'd say the most impressed I was in this was probably the matches with Slans and Dimka.
Hmm.
Like, Dimka really went beyond to make the hand-to-hand work.
And it
But
did
yeah, it
work.
was.
It very, very much did as well. Like those run R2s, you had an awful lot of. I seen the cogs turn on ways to make it function because those things are quick. They're surprisingly quick,
Mhm.
which is kind of interesting. But Amy, do you have any closing thoughts before we pass on and I do my shameless promotion of the other events that are happening this week?
No, aside from like this was a pretty nice time. I'd like to see more of these streams in the future. It would be nice to cast them as well,
Oh, hell yeah.
whenever it allows.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks for having me on.
I will most certainly have you on again. And we will be back again tomorrow, folks, with the beginner's bracket number 13, lucky for some. Yeah, that will be on from 5:30 Irish time. So that is there. I'll see you tomorrow for that. And then Friday for the first of the Tryhard Throwdowns, which is going to be EU. We will be doing NA before the end of the month as well. And yeah, I'll be casting with YY on Saturday evening at 9 p.m. Irish time as well. I don't exactly know which channel that's on, but as soon as I know, I will have it updated on the Discord. So if you're there, we do have one space available left in the beginner's bracket for tomorrow. So if you're interested, there is a slot available. And after that, then we'll be taking a look at. I can't wait to see what people will be bringing there. So, from myself, and again, a special thank you for Amy for stepping in. You played an absolute blinder. Thank you so much for co-casting with me today. It's been great.
Hmm.
And to all the players
Yeah.
who managed to make time. We'll try and make next one a little bit better and a little bit more organized. I'm still experimenting with ways to make all of this work. But, folks, myself and Amy, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.